Hey, everybody. It is now the 11th hour, and your reality has jumped right out the window because reality doesn't exist anymore. Why is that, you might ask me? Why? Because it's Shifty Sunday, baby. So just sit back, relax, and put on some riff tracks and go grab yourself some snacks because Shifty Sunday begins now. Welcome to the Shifty Sunday broadcast. I'm your host with the most that loves peanut butter and jelly on his toast, Hebro77 here, along with good old Sagittariusly speaking. And boy, baby, do we have a show for you tonight. Welcome back to Shifty Sunday, everybody. And we're going to have all kinds of good things to talk about when we will open the phone lines here later on. But just for now, how's my broadcast partner and partner in crime, Sagittariusly speaking, doing?
Well, I'm all riled up, ready for a shifty Sunday, my friend Hebrew 77, sir.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here and being square and not drinking any beer because that would be really queer. No, and by queer, of course, I mean weird, strange,
Oh,
the,
okay, yeah,
the
because
other definition.
we are equal opportunity destroyer here, my friend. And
Yes.
honestly, I mean, this seems like the world is so shifty that the intro even shifted. Like it
It
was
did.
one intro, and then it shifted to another intro. I was like, man, like which reality? I better go play some riff tracks.
Yeah. I'll
But
tell you
no,
what.
honestly though, I haven't even played any riff tracks in the game. You guys have been playing it now for I don't know over a month now. But I digress. We do have some interesting things to talk about this evening, and I am looking forward to us. We experimented with the phone lines last week, and I have to say, for the most part, it was a success. And I think hopefully we can keep that trend going. I'm hoping that we get some variety. Variety is the spice of life, my friend, and at least that's what they say anyway. And yeah. So what's up? Talk to me.
Well, why don't they call this the Hebrew and Sagi Variety Hour? I mean, that would be more fitting.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're doing. Let's wait. I mean, we opened the phone lines one week and it wasn't a total disaster. I wouldn't go so far as to say it was a total success. Somewhere in between. Let's keep the project running and see how it goes. If we could create a Hebrew and Saji variety hour where we have unique personalities showing up with diverse opinions and good subject matter and interesting tales to tell, my friend, I would be all for it.
Tales from the Dark Side, or even Tales from the Strange Side. We have Sweet Connie Joe, DD74, Go Kart Bob screeching in.
Did you hear it? He parked it right there.
He parked it, it didn't crash.
No, he didn't crash.
Yeah. Good old Michael Fontaine, by the way.
Yes, Michael, wait for it. Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine. Boy, I tell you what. Oh, we got DD74 saying, snap it to a Slim Jim. Let me tell you something. I love those monster Slim Jims. Like, you can only really get them. Like, you go to Walmart to buy your groceries, and you go through the grocery line, and then you go to pay for your groceries. And the one thing I hate, by the way, is when you go to Walmart and it's all the automated tellers. I prefer to go through with a human teller at the helm. I don't like to sag and bag my own groceries. I think that's a dirty, rotten shame that They seem to have switched over to self checkouts all over Walmart. And I just want to say, not everyone wants the self checkout. If I wanted that job of checking out, I would have applied for it in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's recently became a controversial issue, like all over again, as if it had just started. And I think the reason why is because they've increased the amount of self checkout. In some places, either have no person to check you out, or they have very few, like just one or two aisles, and then and people are taking offense to it because there's elderly people who really don't have the muscular vascular to do it themselves,
Mhm.
and there's also people
Well,
who
like
just,
handicapped people, for example,
yeah, and handicapped people,
the elderly.
and elderly people, yeah, and like I saw a story here not too long ago, like a 70-year-old woman was doing the self checkout because she had to for the one, either if not the first time, one of her first times. Like she's not very good at it, okay?
Yeah.
And she was with her granddaughter, and her granddaughter was helping her scan the items. And when you get two people involved, blunders are bound to occur.
Oh
And
yeah.
and they weren't sure if they scanned something, so they ended up scanning it twice. And she went to customer service, and she had it corrected on her thing. Well, when they were doing the inventory to see whether or not she checked scanned it twice, they found something else that she had forgotten to scan, and they were
Hmm.
going to press charges, like treat her
Oh,
like
you're
a
kidding me.
shoplifter. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, I know. And they had the security come and everything. It was a big deal. And yeah, it's one of those things where if they're gonna put you on self checkout, and you like and you put in 5 oranges instead of six,
Mhm.
and you're buying $300 worth of groceries, I don't think they should call that shoplifting. That's just my personal opinion. Now, if you had a 32-inch TV in there for two hundred
Yeah,
dollars and you failed to scan it, that's something to get altogether different. But you get what I'm trying to say.
yeah, man. I mean, it's like the other day I was talking to somebody at the register, and they said, because I was saying, I was like, "Hey, do you guys have any jobs available?" I go, "I would love to be one of those shoppers where they shop for people, the people that shop online or whatever and pick up their order later."
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I would love to do that job. I think it'd be pretty simple. But anyway, the thing is, she's telling me a story about somebody who had a 32-inch TV or whatnot have you, and they were about to go out there and they had to check their receipt. They're like, did the online shopper actually pay for this item? So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Oh,
It's like,
okay, yeah. Just because you're an online shopper doesn't mean you're above temptation, I guess is what
yeah,
you're trying to say. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I
here's the
guess that's
crazy
probably
thing.
true. I know that online shoppers they sometimes run scams in themselves because they get a percentage of the order. Okay,
Mhm.
so like I had for a month here when I, especially when I first moved to this new location, I would take a lot advantage of buy one get ones a lot, right?
Mhm.
And I'll buy two, buy one. I'll buy two because they're buy one get one. So I'll put in my order. I don't know, two tubs of ice cream. Let's just say that for example, right? And then I get here and they deliver my groceries and I'm unloading them and I have 4 tubs of ice cream. But
Mm.
I only ordered two because
Yeah.
I wanted to pay for one and get one free. Well, they said, well, since I ordered two and they're buy one get one free, they went ahead and 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 gave me the two that I ordered, and then threw in two more for free. But but the thing is, when I was checking out, I was only wanting two. I don't need 4 tubs of ice cream, nor do I want to pay
Mm.
for 2 tubs of ice cream and get two more free. I just wanted 1 tub of ice cream, and they would do that. Okay, which isn't such a big deal, but then like if you do it with coffee and then your milk and then your bread, and then I don't know, a pound of hamburger. Next thing you know, my bill's like $80 more. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying?
You know what to do in a situation like that. Next time you get 4 tubs of ice cream when you only ordered 2,
Uh huh.
is take one of the tubs of ice cream and either do one of the 2 things with it. start scooping up some ice cream in some solo cups, and
Uh-huh.
then just set up a stand outside and start selling some ice cream, or
Okay, yeah.
you know,
So if it was proverbial lemon ice cream, I could take my lemon ice cream and make lemon ice cream aid, my friend.
yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying there.
But
Okay.
we do have, okay. Connie Joe says that she's got a song that she wants us to hear. She's going to take 5 minutes to record it, so that should be interesting for later. And
Uh,
we do have or Orm Vorax in the crowd tonight, so that's good to see him there.
yes.
And by the way, I just want to say that I put out a new trailer for the channel, and what I've noticed here lately is trailers really help your channel grow. You've been trying to say it to me for years, but I've been just kind of brushing it off, like, I don't know if I want to do that, and blah blah blah. Well, finally, I just did it on my own. So it's kind of like a teenager when you tell them to do something that's for their own good. They're like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm not doing that. But then when it's their idea, see, when it's their own idea, they
Uh-huh.
will do that. So you kind of have to use reverse psychology on me in that regard.
Honestly, I've came to the conclusion that even reverse psychology doesn't work on you, my friend.
Really?
Uh, yeah, like if if in any way, shape, or form you feel like you're being um manipulated, coaxed, coerced, uh, your arm is being twisted in any way. Even if I just grab your little pinky with my little pinky and guide you, you instantly throw your hand down by your side. No, I will. I can do it myself, my friend. I do
Yeah.
not need your personal assistance. But unless it's self checkout, then you can do it for me. Other than that, no. And but but I do say that is you are your introspectness of yourself is a very honest, and in that regard I totally commend you, because you do not like to be have your arm twisted or be forced into anything, and but you do have to come to some type of reality of coming to terms with it on your own, and then you're willing to give it a shot. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you finally were able to do that. And honestly, I haven't mentioned it to you in a long time. Good thing, because had I came back around again, you might have like, well, dang it, Sachi, I was just about to do it, and you had
Yeah.
to
Yeah. I'm very stubborn and thick-headed, and
but
pig-headed too.
yeah, but I did see the new trailer that you made for this channel, and I have to admit it brought up what is the word, nostalgic vibes, I guess. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed watching it, and I do think there's a lot to be said for doing shorts and things of that nature to promote your channel, and yeah, I can see how it's definitely it could make be a difference maker.
It's definitely a good tool to use if you want to boost your channel, and you know, something that I did on all of my channels except one. I got one more to do, and then once I do that, we'll just see what the results are. But anyone out there who is new at the YouTube or been doing it for years, it's definitely a good idea. Go check it out. Make yourself a short video, put it out there on a trailer, and just see what the results are. You'd be pleasantly surprised.
All right, well,
Yeah,
that's our PSA for the day, my friend.
yeah, that's it for that. But uh, I do want to say though, Linda A come up with a pretty good idea.
Well, what's that?
If you get extra ice cream, get you some root beer and make some root beer floats. There you go.
Root beer floats.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea. I ran out of coffee creamer today. Um, I use a lot of times when I run out of coffee creamer and I want to put just a little sweetness in my coffee, I'll add a scoop of ice cream,
Mm,
and it melts on the top and kind of creates a froth, right?
right.
And today all I had was cookies and cream ice cream.
Oh no.
No, wait, no, I take that back. Chocolate chip cookie dough is what it is.
Hmm.
And I don't know why I said cookies and cream, but so I guess maybe I might have like a little treasure at the bottom of my cup when it's finished. I haven't got there yet, but yeah, that is a good idea.
That brings me to a good point. Is like if you do run out of creamer and you do have certain substitutes, like ice cream, for example. I do have to ask the question though. Does it cool it off to the point where you're just like, geez, Louise, I might as well have had, iced coffee? Or is it just to the point where you can just drink it and you're just like, all right, I can drink it now. It's not scalding hot.
It's actually there is it's funny you bring up that point because there is a temperature control issue when you do the ice cream. You're right. That is, and what I do is I put I put the coffee in the microwave and get in the cup and get the
Mhm.
ice cream hot around the edges
Mm,
and the cup itself hot. And then I add the ice cream. And then if necessary, depend like if it's a frozen tundra brick that I'm dropping in there, then I might even have to throw it back in the microwave even for like 30 more seconds. But usually that's enough. But yeah, you want the ice cream to melt rather quickly and create that frothiness, and you don't want it to make your coffee room temperature, or else yeah, then it's just disgusting.
BBA brings up a pretty good point. If you got some extra ice cream, he'll bring the weed and you bring the ice cream. So you guys can have a little party there, ice cream weed party.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is that's kind of like what is it like a snowballing effect because the weed is going to make you want more ice cream, and the ice cream is going to make you want more weed.
Yeah, it's kind of like the chicken and egg effect.
Yes.
Hmm.
Next thing you know, you're going to be like living a Cheech and Chong movie, and those always end badly.
Yeah.
Or
No,
more
I
often, the chaos will ensue. Let's just put it that way.
speaking of weed, bone breaking action reminds me that I probably need to go in the next room and toke off of a one hitter real fast.
Yeah, okay. Now, if I would have suggested it,
Right. If you would have suggested it, I would have called you stupid or
yeah,
something.
you would have absolutely refused such a notion.
Yeah,
You would have been totally against it.
I would have been like, Saji, that is so unprofessional. Why
Yes, I
would you
know.
even suggest that? How dare you?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's me. So, what is the difference between thick headed and pig headed?
Thick-headed and pig-headed.
Uh huh.
All right. Yeah. Is there a difference, or is it just the? Well, I want to hear your answer first.
I always thought that the saying was he's pig headed, but of course that's not true. It's thick headed. But
Well, I mean, I've heard both ways.
have
I
you?
think I've heard thick-headed more often than pig-headed. Pig-headed, I think, is more of like what is the word? I'm looking for like a male chauvinist,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and
You're
then
right.
thick-headed is just kind of like it's hard just to get through to you in general.
Yeah. So I'm thick headed.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely thick. I don't think you're a male chauvinist in the full regards of the word. I mean, all males are. I get in a moment where they catch themselves quote unquote mansplaining or they see a woman under the hood of their car. They think they can go over there and help her figure it out. But she may
Right.
very well be AE certified mechanic, and you just assume based on her gender that she doesn't know where the alternator is.
I
So.
could be pig headed at times when I'm laying around being lazy, be like, hey, could you hand me this? Or hey, could you get me that? Or hey, could you make me this? Or hey, stuff like hey,
Oh
could
yeah,
you
but it wouldn't matter if it was a female or if it was just me over there hanging out
well,
with you.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Hey, hey,
I'm a
good, cool story, bro. Could you go make me a sandwich? I could totally see you saying that.
right. Could you hand me that thing that's like 2 feet from me?
That thing that would require me to like put my feet off the table and lean forward and pick it up myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. In that case, pig-headed means that you're just lazy.
Yes, it does. It does mean that.
You're lazy like a pig. Man, we have some very interesting chat going on, and I'd like to congratulate Linda A for discovering the channel. Thank you for coming in here and watching us make
Well, I
food with our.
sent her the link right before we went live, my friend.
Oh, that's where Linda A came from.
Yes.
Oh,
She,
okay.
she, yeah, she's my neighbor, and she's a super nice lady, and I'm glad that she's here. So, yeah, you guys be nice to her in the chat room there. Show her some love.
I think I also have some people that live around me that my girlfriend actually she's been good here lately at saying, here, check out Mass YouTuber channel, or here, check out Hebrews Toy Review channel, or check out this channel, and that's always good to have when you live in a community of people where you can just step up and go, hey, why don't you come over and check our channel out? We're going to be live tonight, and we do other things as well. And that's always good if you can get audiences by word of mouth. And that's always, to me, that's always better than going into someone's chat and sending links and whatnot have you. You know what I'm getting at?
Totally agree, 100%. But the thing is, a lot of times the stuff that we cover and the subject matter that we do, like I'm nervous of sending like
Oh yeah.
certain family members like links or include telling them to come check out my show because I don't. It's like I feel like I feel like my friends are cool and everything, and
Yeah.
the chat room is awesome, and me and you. I mean, I think we have a nice show, but I really feel like my family will it'll cause discourse because my family's so hoity toity,
Yeah.
and just like they just don't. I'm they're anti-Trump.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not even really pro-Trump, but I might make. But they're so into the CNN headline, mainline news. It's like I feel like it's just better if I don't invite people that I know more often than not. So it is
Well,
nice to on occasion be able. I mean, like for instance, when I said I had no qualm sending Linda the
right.
invite because I know her. I mean, I don't know her real well. I've only hung out with her a few times, but and met her. I just recently met her, but I feel like she's an easygoing person. She's non-judgmental, and I don't feel insecure inviting her into this realm or this
Well,
this
yeah.
side of my life, I guess you might say. It's almost like we have two different like you have your family personality, the way
Yeah.
you behave around your family and the way you are, and you have your online life, like where
Exactly.
you let your hair down, you express yourself. I express myself to my fullest extent here. Not that I'm
Mhm.
putting on a facade or for either party. It's just like a behavior thing. Like
Yeah,
you're
you just
with
kind of watch what you say around certain people because
yeah,
they're not going to understand.
yeah, exactly.
So,
And
yeah,
you just don't want conflict.
right.
You don't want to have to deal with those sort of things. So yeah,
Yeah, less stress is less mess, I always say.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I will say this. I will ask you this question though. When you think you might kind of know someone, or you're hanging out with someone, or even if you just met someone and you're trying to say, hey, by the way, I have a YouTube channel. Do you feel like you have to almost explain what kind of channel it is? Is like, but before you check it out, I got to warn you though, it
But
is.
our channel is so hard to explain.
Yeah,
Like,
I
yeah,
know. Like, what
I
is
mean,
it?
the intro does do a pretty good job of it, by the way. If I could just have that intro, like, this is our channel.
Right.
Yeah, but no, like, yeah, but
Go over and see Dan's channel first, and then come back and watch ours.
right, because I mean, we 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 like for instance, we're well versed on Mandela effects, and we are pro Mandela effect, but we very
Oh.
rarely even actually talk about them.
And
Like,
having to explain like a Mandela effect to people
yeah.
who aren't Mandela affected is kind of tough
Because
there.
we're unlike some Mandela Effect channels, we're not obsessed with the
Right.
Mandela.
Like
So
I
we
get
don't really,
people.
yeah, we don't talk about it all the time.
All right.
I would go so far as to say we rarely talk about it, but and we talk about politics, but we're not
Yeah.
obsessed with politics.
Right.
Uh,
That's what
We
I say
talked.
to people all the time. Is like it's a conspiracy channel. That's what I just basically label it, isn't it? But it really isn't. I
No, it
mean,
isn't. It's even that. I say
yeah.
fringe topics. That's what I say.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see. By the way,
Yeah. Go ahead.
getting back to Trump is like I'm not completely 100% pro Trump either, but I'm definitely um, negative um, negative Biden for sure.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I'm
okay,
anti-establishment, so that's
anti anybody who's jacked up the gas prices to like $5 and something a gallon. I'm kind of against that guy, whoever that is.
yeah. And I'm against the new world order. I'm against technocracy. I'm against everybody having a chip, in their
Risk,
brain or their wrist or their
yeah.
whatever. I mean, I'm not for any of those things, and I feel like that is. And anytime I can, draw attention to the fact that that's where we're headed and try to diverge our course, I'm going to do such things, my friend.
Hey, she's got a good point there. Linda A says it's really a channel about nothing and everything. Perhaps it really does feel that way sometimes, like Seinfeld. The show about nothing. But
Right.
I
However, but if you watch our show on a regular basis, you'll be well informed
right,
on things that are actually happening in the world because we do whenever it's relevant or I think that it's pertinent to our conscious awareness. I bring it to our attention, and then I will also bring to our attention that it's just not to not to let it. Not that it's not fear mongering, that we're not trying to promote doom and gloom, and at the end of the day, seek guidance with the Father and pray for us all because that's what we need most.
exactly. When we're not trying to promote doom and gloom. We're just trying to sweep everything with a broom.
There you go. I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, fine tooth comb when necessary.
Yes.
Because the mainstream media always likes to give you one version of the story, and if you dig just a little bit deeper, you can find that there's more
Good.
to their version of the story.
That's a good analogy there, Go Kart Bob. Check out what he said.
All right. Um, It's such a well-rounded show. Hebrew and Saji are like ice cream and root beer. Yeah, yeah, there you go. And I see a ice cream and root beer in a future Hebrew and Saji episode, my friend.
And there's Bear Lamb just walked in, by the way, otherwise known as
Okay.
Lotar 500.
Lothar of the Hill People, much have I seen and much have I done, for I am Lothar of the Hill People. You are definitely Lothar of the Hill People. No doubt about that.
Put an exclamation point on that too.
We do have a pretty interesting core following, if you will, our diehards who show up week in and week out. I, I, I couldn't ask for I don't know. If I you know how like when you're trying to pick out like in your mind like your dream girlfriend or your dream family life or whatever. We have a dream chat. Like our chat is just so cool, man. I really do feel that way.
Yeah, and you know what? This really takes me back. This little thing that I put together, my trailer thing that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, let's watch it real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready for. But this is what I'd like to see. We really had a lot of really good guests over the years, and I think some of those guests, which include Noble SD, and we've had Dan on, and we've had Jesse. I can't think of her name right now, but um, we've had her on. Armor Up used to be a staple of our show, and hopefully one day that'll be the case again. But here's a little clip. Here's the trailer that I put out, and that really takes me back to the good old days. So here we go.
Hello, everybody. This is Hebrew 77, and we are live. My special guests tonight are Armor, and I know I'm going to botch this name. Strategically speaking.
Oh, wait. I like how, by the way, I announced you guys as special guest.
Yeah, I know. What special guest? You say that quite often, honestly.
Do I?
Yeah, you. I don't know. Let's keep going. I haven't used that icon in I don't know how long.
Oh, I know. This is I kind of miss this icon a little bit. It kind of speaks volumes about your name.
Nostalgia. I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, and for the past little over a year now, I've been living in St. Petersburg, Florida, and we're born with that capability, let's say. And I don't even want to say that because it's not just us. Obviously, God and Spirit and asking for that assistance is a big part of it. Another Mandela Effect video. I promised I wouldn't do any more of these. Hey everybody, this is Michael Liddell reminding you that Taco Tuesday is sponsored by My Pillow. That's right, My Pillow is a good old-fashioned American product. You can lay your hand on it, you can sleep on it. Brother, I believe it's actually
I like that good old armor. Hey, brother. By the way, I believe it's sagittarically speaking.
Yes, classic armor there,
Yeah.
classic armor. And then you hear me say for the past year and a half now, because now it's been like, I don't know, almost 5 years that I've been down here in Florida.
Yeah.
We've been doing this show for a long time, my friend.
We have. I tell you what, I think we had an anniversary of sorts, and I think we just kind of skimmed over it.
Yeah, well, it's just kind of feeling like a customer appreciation day all of a sudden, you know?
Customer Appreciation Day, yeah.
Free root beer and ice cream for everyone.
There you go. Hey, Eddie Von Kuhn sneaked in while we were talking. Is that Saggy's retirement speech? Yeah, I like how I cut you off, but because I believe you were starting to talk about chili dogs.
Well, I mean, I do talk about chili dogs a lot.
Yeah.
I grew up on such things. They were the mainstay of my nutritional upbringing.
Yeah, in Ohio. In Ohio.
Yes, in Ohio. It's Cincinnati, Ohio, to be exact.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. What other Ohio's is there?
Well, there's Cleveland, Ohio. There's Columbus, Ohio.
Wow, there are several of them, isn't there?
Yeah, there's more than one Ohio, my friend.
Yeah, so I should specify next time I say Ohio.
Yeah, and Ohio is just a weird thing. I mean, you're actually speaking like American Indian when you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now wait a minute. I got to put this up there. I swallowed an ice cube whole. Why haven't I pooped it out yet? Well, I would say if you swallowed an ice cube, you probably pee it out. More than likely.
Yeah, but he's part of the hill people. Hill people, they're different, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you swallow an ice cube, if you're a hill person, for example, it stays frozen in your system and then comes out of poop, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to digress to such topics.
Well, I mean, he brought it up, so.
Yeah. But there are things in life worth pondering, and maybe that's one of them.
Eddie Von Kuhn comes up with a good point.
All right.
He says, Cincy, all Ohio towns start with a C? Question mark.
That is an interesting observation. All of the main cities do, yeah. Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, they all do three start with C's. I mean, you got your slightly smaller main fairs that don't, but that is an interesting observation.
Ooh, I gotta sing this one. Hold on.
All right.
Got kind of tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Baby, just think of me once in a while. I'm at WKRP
RP
in
in
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Woo. Yep,
Yeah.
Johnny Fever.
Yeah. Oh, I used to love that show, brother.
Les Nessman. He was a character.
Oh man. Yeah, remember he used to have the imaginary office?
Uh-huh.
He put tape around his desk and people that would step over that tape, he'd correct them, go, man, you're supposed to use the door. You know, he had that imaginary door and everything.
Uh-huh.
So you didn't want to step on Les Nessman. He was a tough guy, and let me tell you.
I had relatives who, like my step family, they lived in southern Kentucky, and I remember one of like I think I can't remember, it was like their teenage kids, and we're driving with them, we're bringing them to Cincinnati like for the first time as a young adult or as a teenager. They may have been there before as a child, but this is their first time, like, as a teenager or young adult or whatever. And they see we're coming over the bridge there, and you can see the skyline of Cincinnati or whatever. And I heard one of them say to the other, "I want to go see WKRP." They thought it really existed, like you
Oh
could go see
no.
it. Yeah.
Oh man. So Sweet Cotty Joe has done a song and she has recorded it. She asked for my email and I put the email up there on the screen.
All right.
So if anybody wants to email me with anything, they can just do so at tsolomies@hotmail.com. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Why is your email like so like complicated?
No, it's not complicated if you sound it out. I mean,
Yeah. But I mean, you think you could come up with something a little bit easier to remember?
well, I do have another email at Batman Guy 77 Yahoo.
Yeah, okay. Encyclopedia Britannica /
Yeah.
Medical Dixie Cup Yahoo at Gmail.
Yeah. Yes, Eddie Von Kuhn. I still use Hotmail. But what was I? Oh, yeah. I got to correct Bear Lamb on something. And I know he's not often wrong, but when he is wrong,
Oh,
whoa,
brother.
No, it wasn't frozen turkeys. They were throwing live turkeys out of the helicopter. Remember?
Oh, yes. I do vaguely remember that.
Frozen turkeys, man, that would have gone sideways even faster than live turkeys.
Yeah.
Okay? Because the frozen turkeys would have came down on people's heads and killed them. But no, it was live turkeys because they were all in a gasp when they realized that turkeys can't fly.
Uh-huh.
So, as they were dropping them out of the helicopter, they were apparently landing and dying.
Huh.
So I do remember that. Unless that's become a Mandela effect and it is frozen turkeys now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that the world is a shifty place, my friend.
Yeah, it's just as it says on the title card.
Yep. Well, let's give her time to send you that email.
Yep.
We mentioned earlier that we do talk about Mandela effects on occasion, and I consider myself to be a Mandela effect aficionado. I'm well versed on my Mandela effects, and I think you are rightfully in your own right pretty well versed on things Mandela effect related. You've been a mainstay in the Mandela effect community for quite some time. However, it is possible though that one could slip past an individual such as myself and or yourself, and so every so often I like to like peek in at the newer Mandela Effect channels, the little little startups, like people who've just recently become acquainted with it, and it's just kind of cute or fun to see them going through the process of and they even go so far as to calling them new, And yeah, well, maybe it isn't new, but it's new to them, my friend.
Yeah,
It's new to their reality, and that's what really matters most. And I don't know. I decided to check out a couple channels earlier today, and I thought it would be interesting for us to maybe watch the video, see if we're as well versed as we claim to be, and just kind of have an honest, genuine reaction. I thought the audience may enjoy that, and it also helps promote a new Mandela Effect channel. It's a win-win for everybody, my friend.
I'll tell you what cracks me up is there's this one girl, and I haven't even taken a look at the list yet, but there's this one girl. She has a channel, and there's a whole bunch of Mandela effects that she does, but they're so far behind in the Mandela effects, and it's so cool and funny at the same time to see, like, to hear the enthusiasm in her voice and to hear how she's just so caught off guard and so surprised by the old slash new Mandela effects that I almost feel sorry for her in a way, but also I feel kind of happy for her because, she's it's a new thing, almost like when you meet a new love for the first time or something like that, and you get so excited in the relationship, and then of course, years later, it's like old Mandela effects where it's just like, yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard
like
of
when
all.
somebody starts dating your ex-wife, like, yeah, I mean, I remember when I felt that way.
Yeah, well, I won't get into that, but I get in enough trouble with that. So,
Yeah. No, but I digress. Yeah,
yeah,
I know what you mean.
yeah.
When you were saying that, I was remembering the video you made when you were saying the government's got to do something about it.
Yeah, remember when I thought it was all government stuff?
They know what the cause is. They got to do something about it. You were like so distraught, my friend.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember one of my very first Mandela effects is in fact what I was one of those clips I was showing was the Coke Zero Mandela effect. When I saw that Coke Zero had changed to Coca-Cola Zero, I was so thrown off by that because I knew that I had a bottle of Coke Zero sitting in my bedroom and it had my name on it. You remember the Cokes that had the names on them?
Yes, I remember. I've watched this such that video on
Yeah.
more than one occasion, and
Oh,
I am very familiar with it. And
yeah.
I do, and you know what? I agree with you. I remember Coke Zero being just called Coke Zero, and it
And
just
here's
said it on the bottle, plain as day, Coke and Zero.
here's the thing. Well, I'm drinking a Coca-Cola Zero, or now it's called Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, by the way.
Yeah,
Even though they changed from Coca-Cola Zero to Coke Zero Sugar, look what it says on here.
nutritional facts, 1 calorie.
Look at the top of the can.
Oh, Coke Zero.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
it says Coke Zero right there.
yeah.
So
They just
why?
taking it from making it the big thing to a small thing.
Yeah, on the back of the can, like what?
Yeah.
Why would you label what it's supposed to be called on the back of the can if that's not residue? I don't know what is.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is like it's a living, breathing example of of the shift,
Yeah.
the shiftiness of the things. Brian Stavely recently, I think it was today or yesterday, did a live stream where he was showing patents on a Procter and Gamble being spelled Proctor versus
Hmm.
TER like it is now. And
Yeah.
the doctor, the founder member of the company, his last name is spelled Proctor. I grew up in Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio is where Procter and Gamble was based out of, and I even temporarily worked there as a temp. And I will vouch 100% that it was called Procter and Gamble. I mean, yeah, it was called Procter and Gamble, but Proctor and Gamble, not Procter and Gamble. And he's bringing up the old patents and stuff, and where they were filing under the OR versus the ER for Proctor, I mean, it's indisputable to me. I totally get it, but there are still people who need to see the receipts. They need to see the examples, you know. And even when you show them such set examples, they they want to come to some logical conclusion of this, that, or the other. For the fact that reality shifted is not the logical explanation they're willing to accept, no matter what how you dice it up, cut it, and present it. So I
Yeah.
guess you just, no matter what, you're always going to have naysayers. I heard a quote recently. I think I said it the other day. You have people that can see, and you have people that can't see, and you have the third kind, the people that can. You have people that
You
can't
can.
see, yeah, and you have people that can see, and you have people that can see only when they're shown to, when you show
Mhm.
them. But then you also have a fourth kind of people, my friend, that
Yeah.
even when you show them, they still freaking can't see it.
Yeah.
So
There's those. I think that's the category of people that just don't want to see. Like they see it, but then they're like, nah, that can't be. So they don't want to believe it.
yeah,
And I think that's the other problem when explaining channels like this to normies is
uh,
like you do have that problem, like, and there's a lot of majority of people that don't even know what the Mandela effect even is. So then you have to kind of man Mandela explain it. See what I did there?
I see what you did there. That was clever.
But no, you basically you have to go from the beginning and explain, okay, here's what happened. So Nelson Mandela, a lot of
Well,
people
see,
thought
no, you
this.
don't even have to do that. You don't. Yeah, I mean, if you have to
Well,
do that, if you want to explain the name of it, but
yeah,
not to
true.
explain the phenomenon itself.
Well, often though, I do like to do that so they know where it came from, I
It
guess.
does give it some sense of legitimacy, I guess. I'll agree with you on that regard.
So Bear Lamb, they got killed like when he was little. They weren't dead before he was born. What the hell?
What is he talking about?
He said if Batman's parents are dead, then how was he born?
Oh, he's trolling you, my friend.
Yeah, I could see that.
The
Yeah.
Ice Cube thing, that was trolling as well, but he's
Yeah.
trolling in a nice way. So
Yeah,
let
he
him
is.
troll.
Canadians gonna troll, man.
Yes, Canadians are going to troll.
By the way, did you know, and I don't mean to get into analytics here on the program, like you said, people don't really want to hear that. But did you know that a large percentage of our audience is actually from the United States and only like 5% or so is from United Kingdom? However, where's
However,
Canadians? Where are the Canadians? I know Canadians watch the show. Like we have Bear Lamb and what what's his name oh, he's from Australia. Never mind, just skip that.
all
But
right.
I know we have other Canadians that come in and watch the show, so that's got to be bull crap.
Well, analytics, schmanalytics, my friend. That's what I
Yeah,
say.
I guess so. But hey, I pulled up this Mandela Effect thing, and so what you're trying to tell me here is that it is 10 new Mandela Effects, and this came out June 1st, 2022,
Uh huh.
and they're trying to say that these are brand new.
Well, again, you got to remember they're new to them.
Mm.
And I even think they make the case when they start to present them. And the other thing you got to remember, here's the long, like we have Linda. I don't know if she knows what she knows about the Mandela effect. So let me just do a brief explanation for her and or anybody else that may be listening that they're not super familiar with it, right? The Mandela effect is basically when a large group a significant amount of people remember something a certain way. However,
However,
it's no longer the case. Quick, easy example would be like Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Lots of people remember that catchphrase. However, he's never said it ever once in any show of I Love Lucy. Beam me up, Scotty. I'm sure you've heard that a million times. But guess what? Captain Kirk never once said it in any episode of Star Trek. Luke, I am your father. A famous quote from Star Wars. The current reality differs from the way a significant amount of the population remembers it being. That in and of itself is quote unquote a Mandela effect. That's the quick, easy synopsis. A lot of people have a memory of it being one way, but current reality suggests that that never occurred.
No, I'll tell you what blows me away though is the what one where we go, oh yeah, say goodnight, Gracie. That one blows me away that she never says that. Because you remember the old joke was say goodnight, Gracie, and she goes, good night, Gracie. She doesn't ever say that no more. She always says say goodnight, or she says goodnight.
Yep. The one that I mean, I know I'm beating an old drum here, but the one that always gets me is Ed McMahon never handed out those dang publisher clearinghouse checks, never showed up with the Price Patrol and gave an old lady a huge check for $10,000. When I heard that, I was like, what do you mean? He never handed out these $10,000 checks. I saw him do it on the TV, you know. And of course, we know I've covered it extensively, and all the other channels have them. Blah blah blah. I mean, there's lots of residue out there suggesting that he did, but current reality says that he never did such a thing.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh! You know, once you get started, you know, you get.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't see anything in my mailbox.
Like try to check your spam folder, my friend.
Yeah, I've checked every folder known to mankind, and I don't.
Sometimes it takes a minute to show up if you just sent it. Double check your spelling there, Connie Joe. TSOLLAMIES@hotmail.com.
Right.
Because that easy, you could easily be missing one of those L's or a S or an I or a, yeah. So
I got something from Amazon, which I'm pretty sure is spam. Microsoft, upgrade your account. Groupon, confirm up to extra 20% off. Domino's Pizza. Facebook, something from Facebook, which I'm not on Facebook, so yeah, nothing from Connie Joe so far.
All right.
So I'll be looking forward to that.
If it's a video file for singing the song, it might take it a minute to process through the server and show up at your end.
So with that being said, what we'll do is we'll come back to that, and
all right.
So we'll come back to that. But for now, let's go ahead and check out that thing that you sent me.
Yeah, let's check out the new channel. I don't know how new it really is. It's new to me. And I don't know. I thought it would be fun just to react to you know, somebody kind of relatively new to Mandela Effects, comparatively new.
Yeah, like I said, you know, you see the newness on their face, and they're just like they're wowed over by them. And I don't know. We'll see. Am I sharing now?
Yes, you are.
All right, here we go. Probably
yeah, you probably want to skip their intro. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You don't want to get no copyright issues.
About Reality. Is this?
Yeah, About Reality is the name of the channel, I think.
Oh, and is this the guy?
Yeah, this is the guy, and we encourage you to go check out the channel. We're somewhat trying to, you know, we want people to show him love. You know, we're not here to make fun of him, even though we may do a little bit of that too.
Yeah, we make fun of everybody.
Yeah.
But first off here, let's see. He's got some headphones. He's got a Harley Quinn poster in the background and a Batman symbol back here. So I like him already. He's even wearing a Joker shirt.
Yeah, he's got a fat gold chain on too. He's a hip hop head, you know.
He kind of looks like you, Saggy.
Yeah, I digress.
from 20 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Let's pop it on here. Let's see what he's got to say about the Mandela Effect.
Well, what is good, my crazy chest? Y'all, welcome back to the lab. We here in the stew, man. Y'all saw that title too as well. We got 10 new Mandela Effects to blow your mind, get you going.
Woohoo!
Whoa, blow my mind, man.
Y'all remember that some of these Mandela Effects might not be new to you, but they will be new to somebody else. So please respect that.
Oh,
With that said, if you like this at any time, y'all remember to hit that thumbs up, punch that subscription in the face. We were almost at 500. As
wow,
well, leave
500.
your comments down below. Now, these
I remember when I
Mandela
was
Effects,
almost
other
there.
Mandela Effects that you'd like to as well. And also, wish me a happy birthday down below too as well.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
Not till Friday, but wish it down there too as well. Now, with that, to say thank you. Let's get these 10 Mandela Effects going for you. Number 10, we are going to be talking about Ed
Oh, there he is. Ed
There-
McMahon.
yeah.
What are talking about?
American Family Publishers. Yes, this one's kind of inconclusive. It's kind of so weird and odd, but I do remember Ed McMahon.
I do like, though, at the beginning, he does say these may not be new to us.
Yes.
They're new to somebody, I guess. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
there you-
New. He's using the term new very loosely, my friend.
yeah. Yeah, but I will say this, though, for us who are Mandela affected and have been for many years, you click on something like this that says new Mandela effects, and then when you get something like this, I can see how you're very disappointed, though.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, yeah, so, to be honest with you, you could kind of just skip ahead. The points I watched ahead the first couple, and his points on the Ed McMahon are really blah. He does nothing super interesting about it. So,
Really?
and we've all been there, done that. This one
Wait,
though.
What's
This one
John
right here,
Wayne?
yeah, right there, yeah. This is John Wayne Mandela Effect, and this is one I had never heard before. I want to see what you guys think about this.
Okay.
Always remember Ed walking door to door. Number 9 on this list is going to be the great and legendary Western actor John Wayne himself, Howdy Pilgrims. And I'm talking about his famous saying, "A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do."
Pause.
Actually, I don't really remember that saying so much as him saying pilgrim.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Pilgrim was like, yeah, how he addressed people, like that was his assigned pronoun for them, my friend.
I don't know. Oh, man. Yeah. If you talked about assigned pronouns, could you imagine him being live today? Oh my God.
Yeah.
He was very politically incorrect.
But what do you
So-
mean you want to be Z and
Yeah.
Pilgrim?
Yeah, he would have told those people where to go and how to go there very quickly.
No, but
Um,
apparently there's lots of residue, memes and T-shirts and tattoos and whatnot of him saying a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Are you familiar
Well-
with him ever saying that?
It seems like something that he would say because he, that's just his character.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like that's not really a catchphrase that I'm, that's really in my head for him.
Same here. It was new to me as well. I'm interested in chat. Are you familiar with a man's got to do what a man's got to do? Put yes in chat if you are, and put no in chat if this is the first time you've ever even heard such a thing. Curious to see how many yeses.
I can see like maybe one movie, maybe where he might have said that, or maybe even like a man's got to do what a man's got to do, Pilgrim.
Yeah,
something like that.
when you say it like that,
Yeah.
it sounds very authentic.
Yeah.
He's going to play a clip in a minute, though, of what the current reality is. And
Okay.
all right, so yeah, go ahead.
He said, what's his saying, that the Mandela Effect is an effect of John Wayne and that famous line and that famous saying, well, here.
Look around him. I'll be hanged if I go out of my way for any trick dog. Man ought to do what he thinks is best.
Yeah. Right there, that doesn't sound right.
It doesn't, does it?
No.
See, and I watched an extended clip after that because I wanted to see more. See the dog sitting there. That guy was just getting ready to walk out of the tent or canopy or whatever, and the dog was snipping at him, and so he's telling him basically that a man's got to do what he thinks is best versus trying to get past the dog or just go the other way, and so that right there, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Could still apply, but you could. It's not the most. It's not the most ideal context for that him to have said that phrase either. So I don't know. Apparently, like beam me up, Scotty. He never said it. He's going to show the receipts. You can go ahead and press play.
Man ought to do what he thinks is best.
Man ought to do what he thinks best. What the hell did he say? That is so. A man ought to do what he thinks best. That is not his quote. And to prove it with you, here you go through Google, look it up, and you see, man, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. It is so odd, so weird. How could we get that main quote of John Wayne, the legend, wrong when the whole time? So we've been saying it completely wrong. We've been saying a man's got to do what a man's got to do our whole life wrong. And now you're telling me a man ought to do what he thinks best? Man, what do you think about that one?
Yeah.
You make a good case for it. Pause it there.
It just, a man's got to do what a man's got to do is a saying.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and it does seem like something like a tough guy would say,
Yeah.
But it seems like if he was going to say that, he would say it about himself as opposed to another person.
Yeah.
Like he would be cocking his gun going, a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Yep. And then he'd hitch his horse and take off. Yeah.
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 Not telling someone else that, though.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's see what chat had to say.
I can't see chat, so you that would be your.
All right, bone break. Okay, go. Oh, let's go all the way up. Linda said yes. She remembers him saying it. Go kart Bob, yes. Or Max, yes. Bone breaking action, yes. And Bear Lamb, no. And Go Kart Bob, yes. So the audience agrees. They remember him having said that.
And I really tried with my John Wayne impression, by the way.
Yeah.
I was really trying.
So it's interesting. We got, even though me and you aren't real super sold on it, the audience is familiar with him saying such said lines, my friend.
Yeah.
And the internet definitely shows lots of residue. And when you type in John Wayne, a man's got to do, and you stop there, it brings you to that clip.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
And like I said, it does sound like something that he would say, but not in that exact context, though.
Yep. Now, this next one I think is going to be kind of interesting to see how this goes for you.
I'm going to go ahead and play it.
All right.
Time to go hike, biking, sightseeing, whatever. Well, while you're sightseeing, why don't you look at the spelling of Smoky? Yes, how do you spell Smoky?
Look at that. Pause it right there.
Uh-huh.
The Great Smoky Mountains. Now, I've heard this one a long time ago. Are you familiar with the Great SMOKY Mountains, my friend?
I am not familiar with this Mandela effect, but right off the back here, I could say back or bat.
Bat. Right off the bat.
Yeah. Right off the bat here, I could say that is not how you spell smoky.
No, it's not how you would. If you looked it up in the dictionary, it would not be spelled that way.
There's an E missing.
Yes, there is.
Why would they misspell their own quote or their own not quote, their own slogan or Logan or not Logan slogan?
Well, that they are hill people, my friend.
Yeah, well, and probably from Canada at that.
Yeah.
But no, seriously though, I've never heard of this Mandela effect, but I could definitely see it being a Mandela effect.
Yeah. You know, I I never paid that much attention to know that it was spelled funny. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if you knew, then you knew. Like, if you lived there and you wrote it all the time. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, how often do I write down the Great Smoky Mountains on a daily basis, you know?
right.
But it seems like it's something that would stand out if I knew it. Like, once I knew it, I would be like, okay. Like, I don't know, when scissors is always scissors, even if it's just one scissor,
Yeah, for
like you
sure.
would just use Smoky Mountains as SMOKY, SMOKY. But I mean, yeah, it looks really strange to me and odd. But let's go ahead and
Looks kind of
um,
hokey to me.
yeah, and put an audience and participate. Like, we want to know:
Yeah,
did you already know it was this Smoky? Just write it how you remember it, and that's probably how I should say that one.
and I'm
And
sure for people that you invited in that don't know about the Mandela effect, this is probably blowing their mind away right now. Maybe.
maybe, yeah, or maybe they already knew it. I mean, she participated in the first one and remembered John Wayne saying it the other way.
Yeah.
So, um,
So
yeah, I mean, yeah, and no judgment here. I mean, if you remember it that way, you're just as cool as if you don't, as far
yeah,
as I'm concerned. Everybody's entitled to their own uh, version, because just because I remember it one way doesn't mean I think less of somebody who remembers it differently. So,
or as Moneybags would say, you're entitled to your own reality.
yes. I'm
But
just curious to see how many, just to see if it's something that, but people have, to see what people think or how they remember it.
and while that's going on,
Go
here's
ahead and play
another
it. Yeah,
example. Here's another example.
yeah, you can let it play if you want. I mean, it's up to you.
Okay, why?
And
Why would
also
we spell Smoky that
look at the way. Okay, here's another thing that stands out to
Why
me.
would
Look at the O. Look at how the O is here. It looks strange to me. It looks like it's coming off like it's either real low or sitting up high. And I know that's just for the sign.
Yeah.
And if
Well,
you look
there's
at the
another
K,
with mountains in the national as well.
but also if you look at the K looks weird.
It looks like
Right.
the old typewriter font, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the classic typewriter font, like when you actually had to press the keys and a little metal thing slammed up against the paper.
But I've said this about the Ks before concerning
Uh,
the Mandela effect is the Ks now have this long, almost like the number one sign with the little like a little arrow coming through them. That
right.
looked weird to me. And the Ys now uh, to me look weird. All the Ys, not just on this sign, but all the Ys.
Well, I wonder why that is. You see what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there. But the Ys now look like they all have tiger tails at the end. See how it's curling?
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just think it looks weird.
It's definitely you. I'm just kidding.
what do you remember? Do you remember spelling Smoky with the E in it, the SMOKEY?
Yeah, that's how you
Or
spell
do
Smoky.
remember how it is now, how you spell Smoky, SMOKE? The number 7 on the list.
Yeah, now this is a good one. This and look, the E is on his hat, Smokey blank the bear, Smokey. See, I can't even say it without giving away the Mandela effect.
I mean, how do you remember it? I remember him as Smokey the Bear.
Yeah,
You try to tell me anything different, let's fight about it.
right.
We're going to stay with the Smoky theme, and we're going to be talking about Smokey the Bear. Yes, the great guy that helps us prevent wildfires, forest fires, either way you say.
You know who can prevent forest fires, don't you, Hebrew?
Lotar 500.
Nope.
No,
No, we want to try again?
Only you?
Dang it. No, only you, my friend.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Not
only you.
me. Not the guy walking down the street. Not the guy that works at the fire station. He can't do shit. Only you.
Apparently, no. Not the guy that's walking through the woods smoking a cigarette. He can't prevent.
No, he can't do nothing for prevent.
No.
Only you can prevent him.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility.
I know. Yeah. Why am I in charge of all that?
I don't know, but it's you, my friend.
I didn't take a forest ranger course in fire prevention. I mean, come on. I did used to be a firefighter at one time, but I never actually went to any of the fires because I was working all the time. But I did sign up for the course and pass the test and all that stuff. So,
well, next time there's a forest fire, whose door I'm coming knocking on, just so you know.
Man, I don't know. I've changed doors so many times. I mean, pick one.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Well, before you go, let's see what they had to say about Smokey. All right, we got a SMOKY from Eddie Von Kuhn, SMOKEY from Bear Lamb. I think Michael Fontaine did Dumoki, but I think that was just a mistype. I'm not sure. You might be trolling. Oh no, he fixed it there. Smokey EY. All right. In the studio, you. All right.
Yep.
Smokey the Bear stole the E to get the back in his name. Ha! I get it. That's a good one, Eddie Monkey. Now that's Mandela Effect humor right there.
Oh yeah. You can't beat that. Not even with a shovel.
Yeah, not even with a missing the. Go ahead.
Change now and then, but that's been changed because of different things and times. But this Mandela Effect has to do with Smokey the Bear. And if you've been saying Smokey the Bear, pronouncing his name like that, yes, that is correctly how I remember it too as well. Smokey the Bear. And a lot of other people do too. But apparently, it's never been Smokey the Bear. It's always been Smokey Bear.
What do you mean it's Smokey Bear? No, but seriously, that just doesn't sound right, does it?
No, I mean that's just like saying I don't know, like what's another that would just sound right before a name?
I honestly, a lot of times I think people make a big deal about those when there's not a big deal to be made about them.
McGruff the Crime Dog, is he just McGruff Crime Dog now?
Good question. Yeah, that would be a good comparison for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, it's his name.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a middle name. It's not even like it's like some of the examples I could take them or leave them.
Yeah.
Like but this is his actual name. Is the way you refer to him. Like that would be all of a sudden me not calling you he bro, just calling you bro.
Yeah. Knock off the he.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you got some examples like, okay, Batman in the beginning was called the Batman at the very beginning, and then they changed it to just Batman, but that was a natural progression. And if you look it up, you could still say it either way, the Batman or Batman. It's still there,
Yeah.
So I mean, how about the Thing? The Thing.
Yep,
The Thing.
Thing.
I can't leave the screen.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. You went there.
I did. Yeah.
Let's keep it moving.
Move along. Let's just skip over this then, since we know what it is.
Yeah, we've already. Oh, what's he doing here? Oh, okay, it's his birthday. Keep going.
Here's some residue, I think, right?
Yeah, probably.
Right there.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I remember having this book as a child. I remember he was a baby and how he got the hat. See, he there was a forest fire and he was climbing the tree and he got singed pretty bad, if I recall, in the storybook. And what happened was the forest ranger who was putting out the fire got him down from a tree and then he gave him his hat. And that's how he got his signature Smoky hat. But you can clearly see here the book is titled Smokey the Bear. Smokey the Bear.
Yep.
But what do you remember? Do you always remember it the way I remember it, Smokey the Bear? Or do you remember it the way it's been and always has been, Smokey Bear? Number 6 on this list is going to be that classic comic strip from the Sundays.
All right, pause it.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you're already familiar with what comic strip it is based on this image.
Sure, Family Circle.
Well, what's it called again?
Family Circle.
That's what I call it as well. Family Circle, right?
Right.
The only thing that's still true is the word family, my friend.
What?
Yes.
You mean that it's just called Family now?
It's family something else, and it's the family something else.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Huh.
I was watching it. I was expecting it to be another the, and that's really his big deal about it is the. He's caught up on the. But I'm saying, well, where's the dang circle? See the circle? See it? You
Yeah.
see the circle? Okay. I just want to make sure you see it. Keep going.
And he go to the street and get the good old colored paper out, and he knew it was the comics. And I'm talking about Family Circus. Yes, the great.
Oh, Family Circus? Family Circus?
Family Circus.
What the?
What the 3-ring circus is going on here?
What? No. That's what it's called now?
Yeah, the Family Circus.
The Family Circus? And he's focused on the word duh?
Yeah, and he's focused on the word the.
No way.
Yeah.
How long ago was this Mandela Effect discovered?
I don't know. It's the first time I saw it was here.
Yeah. So this really is a new one for me.
Yeah, I would have to say it is for me as well. Let's hear from audience. Do you remember Family Circus or Family Circle?
God, I remember Circle, dude.
Yeah, me too. And it was always in a circle, just like you see that circle right there.
Yeah.
They use circles all the time in the thing to draw them.
Yeah.
And I get it that you can have rings in a circus, so technically that could still apply. But nah, I remember you said I didn't coax you in any way.
No.
You said it exactly the way I remembered it, and I was waiting to see if you were going to because I when I watched this earlier, this is as far as I got. I quit watching after this because I was like, well, maybe we will check this out on the show tonight.
Yeah,
I didn't want to, ruin my reaction in real time, But
yeah, that blows me away, man. That blows me completely away. And so this guy actually remembers it as being circus?
Yeah, and apparently other people probably do as well. Michael Fontaine wrote Circus. Bone Breaking Action never heard this circle thing.
Really?
Yep.
So we got kind of a mixed reaction here.
Yeah, Linda says circus for her. John from America. I have not seen this one either. So it's new to him, but he's not saying whether he remembers circle or circus. Let's go ahead and let it play.
Okay, yeah.
All day long, did a whole bunch of crazy things. Kids got in a lot of trouble, and that is an amazing thing about the story of Family Circus. Well, if you remember it being Family Circus, like I remember it being Family Circus, the name being called Family Circus, well, apparently it has never been called Family Circus. The actual name of this comic strip is actually called The Family Circus.
What?
Yes, you heard me right. It actually is called The family circus. This is kind of odd and weird to me, just because I just call it family circus. You know exactly what strip I'm talking about, just like Calvin
No.
Hobbes. You know, it is just what it is. But I always remember this being family circus. And now if you look it up on the internet and everything else, it says the family circus.
I wonder.
What do you remember? Do you remember like I remember it being family circus? Or do you remember like it's always been the family circus?
All right, go ahead and
I
pause it.
wonder if we can get Sandy Diva in here for a second. Just is she in here?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
The Diva on demand. I don't think we have that. We
We
didn't
don't
pay
have
for
that?
that package, my friend.
Oh,
No.
that's extra. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
That
know
would be
that
something,
she's
though. Like, yeah, hey Siri, hey Diva.
yeah. By the way, I think she's doing better.
Yes, she is. I texted with her or whatever,
Did
and
you?
hangouts or whatever. Yeah,
All right,
She-
cool.
she got out of the hospital the next day, and she said she was feeling much better. But it's been a while now. It's been almost a week since she told me that. So
Yeah.
I assume she's doing much better. But yeah, I mean, let's see what chat has to say here.
I would
I
be
can still-
interested to see what chat has to say because I swear to you, I always referred to that as family circle, even as a little kid, like going through the Sunday fun days and looking at it and going, yeah, I wonder what family circle is up to this week.
I remember it that way as well. So we are in unison on that. Let's see. But people who are remembering circus are remembering it without the like Linda is family circus. There's a family circle magazine breaking action said, yeah, that's not necessarily the same
That's
thing.
the thing is like every time I see Family Circle magazine, I'm like, oh, they copied off of Family Circle. Because you know what? I saw that like last week or something, like in a doctor's office. It said Family Circle, and I go, oh, does that have? Because I kind of snickered a little bit. I'm like, that reminds me of the comic strip Family Circle. I wonder if they stole it from them. So apparently, it never was Family Circle.
No, it wasn't, and it was. Now there's a the on it as well because we both know the right. We agree on that part.
We can all agree on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but even the people who remember circus don't remember the. So I think that's a double whammy right there, my friend.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what,
Go ahead.
man. It seems like the word "the" is often replaced in a lot of these Mandela effects, or they're added to them.
I try not to get caught up on those because I think that's one of those things where it could have just been like the way you say it, like even though it might have an official way that it's wrote down, people just take the off or add the because of the language things, like the way we talk, you know. But
Think about this.
but when it's a name like something you say as part of the thing that you say, and all of a sudden you don't say it, or you better yet when you add it, because I can see how people would not say the and then they add it. That's different. I don't know. Again, sometimes it resonates with me, other times not so much, but this one does. So.
Well, it resonates. It to me, it does all the time because it's just like saying the name, like you said. Like if you said Simpsons,
Yes.
if you just said Simpsons, like I'm going to watch Simpsons, does that even make sense to just say Simpsons?
No, and I wouldn't say Family Guy either.
Oh, really?
I would say the Family Guy.
No, see, I wouldn't say that way. I would say Family Guy. That's all I say. Say it, Family Guy.
Right.
I would never put a "duh" in front of that. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why the word "the" affects me so much because I know where it was added and where it was taken away, and the way we say things, because that's the way
Yeah.
I say it. The way I just like Family Guy, I would just say Family Guy, not
Right.
add a "dud" to it.
Right.
Now, if later somewhere down
Now,
the
how
road,
about Dukes of Hazzard? Would you say the Dukes of Hazzard or just Dukes of Hazzard?
that's a good question because I know it's just Dukes of Hazzard, but I would say the Dukes of Hazzard. You're right. That just seems like it fits. Wait a minute. Is it the Dukes of Hazzard?
Who knows at this point?
Hold on, I'm going to look that up because that one seems like it used to be the Dukes of Hazzard.
I know. That's what I mean. See what I'm saying? Like you can get caught up on those because it's just the way it conveniently sounds to say it. You know?
Well, sometimes though, a title is in the name though.
Yes, I agree. I do. I just try not to. I don't. I tend not to make a big blow. I feel like sometimes they get blown out of proportion, just off of the way people would naturally say it, versus it being a quote unquote Mandela effect. But I'm a naysayer. I'm a skeptic. You know that's my nature. I can't help it.
It is called the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes,
that's the name of the show, but I guess most of the time I would just say Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep. Because it's just easier to say. I mean, it's just the natural way to say it, right?
However, I do think this one was Mandela affected, but I don't think it was the word "duh." I think it was the word "hazard" that was Mandela affected.
Gotcha.
A lot of people don't remember two Z's being in hazard.
Right. Yeah. See, then now you're getting to something where I remember two Z's, but I'm not going to throw my arms in the air up over it. Like, like Family Circle, I was totally caught off guard on that. Like, what do you mean it's not Family Circle? Yeah. I guess it's all, and it's all point to each person. I mean, where like I might not make a big deal of it, it might be a bigger deal to someone else. So I got to keep that in context as well.
Let me go to the audience here on this one. So I'll get back to the video here in just a moment, but where are you guys in the audience? Where are you guys at when it comes to the word "duh"? Do you think that the word "duh" is oftentimes Mandela affected, or do you think it's just in our heads the way we say things that makes it seem like it ought to be there or not be there?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, honest opinion. I mean, is the Mandela in some instances I think it does apply. In other instances I think people are nitpicking. That's where I'm at on it. But I'm curious to see what the audience has to say. And I think you have to go on a case by case basis though, honestly. Because sometimes it is really relevant. And other times not so much.
It's just like let's see. Michael Fontaine remembers Smokey the Bear. The "duh" and Smokey Bear is crazy though, says bone breaking action. And Bear Lamb commented on the Dukes of Hazzard, which that is the way it is. But and then of course Eddie Von Keen says hazardous. This is how you spell hazardous. But that's hazardous though, right? I mean, is that
not a town, yeah.
Hazard, like the town?
Right.
With the two Z's?
Yep. And Linda says it's the Dukes of Hazzard, and we agree that that's what it is called.
Right. And Eddie Von Keen says he has an early 80s Mad magazine, The Dorks of Hazardous, with the two Z's. So that, I mean, yeah, I guess so. But I know for some people there's an extra Z in there. I think Sandy was one of the
Well, I think that's probably where it stems from. Is the word hazard only has one Z when you're using it as a, as a what was that an adjective?
Yeah, I think when it's the name of the town, though, is what we're
Yeah,
having
yeah,
a problem with.
yeah,
Wow, we got 13 viewers. How nice.
yeah.
Well, we're not going to debate any longer. Let's go ahead and keep up the video.
All right.
What's this next clip here? It
It's
looks like
all uncharted territory for me going forward.
all right. This next one looks like Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Let's see what he has to say. What the Mandela effect is on Michael Jackson.
At the halfway mark, number 5 on our list is going to be that legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson himself. Y'all know I'm a Michael fan. I love Michael to death. Saw him in Frankfurt, Germany in '92 for his Dangerous concert, but that's enough of that. But I am talking about Michael Jackson and Billie Jean. Yes, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, and that verse in the line saying, "Mama always told me, be careful who you love." Yes, you heard me say that right. Mama always told me, be careful who you love. Well, what if I told you that Mama didn't tell me anything? It was Mother told me.
No.
Always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And Mother always told me.
Mother?
Mother always told me.
See, I don't remember Mother. I always remembered singing it Mama.
Yeah, I could even see how he might have said Mama one, son, and Mother the other, but sounds like he said Mother both times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Careful who you love. And Mother always told me, be careful.
Mother always told me, be
Mother.
careful who you love.
Sounds so formal. It doesn't sound like something you would put in a song or at least a song of that caliber. It seemed like because he should be using, I'm not going to say slang, but almost like should be shortened, I guess.
Yeah, and when you, and who refers to their mom as mother?
Except for maybe a British guy who's smoking a Popeye pipe or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like, dubiously, Mother, I don't see the difference between the cattle on the left and the Irish cows on the right. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Mother, why have I been singing it? All these Michael Jackson fans have been singing it. Mama always told me, be careful.
And you know what else is like? You think about the whole Forrest Gump Mandela effect, where he says "Mama."
Yeah, he says Mama in that one.
And that's changed. But
Yeah.
not to Mother, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
was and is. But that is weird, man.
But when I heard the song, it did like if I would have just like if let's say I was driving down the road, so like and I hadn't watched this video and it was playing and it said it Mother, I would have not jumped out of my seat like, what did he just say, Mother? I thought it was Mama. That would never have happened on my own. Like I would have never done that. But once
you're so used to, or at least I am so used to hearing into my head as Mama.
Yeah, and I probably still would have just assumed he said Mama.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even have made that much attention to even notice that it was different, like. But I say all that to say this: once it's pointed out the way he's pointing it out, it does seem strange that it would be that way. I will admit that.
I can't unhear it now.
Yeah.
Now every time I hear the song, I'll be like, how is he even saying Mother? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit. It's like putting a square box into a round hole. I mean, it just doesn't fit.
Love, Mama always told me, not Mother always told me. It's too proper.
Yeah.
It's just too proper.
Like he said, it's too proper. And I think that's the point that we made also.
It's just
Yeah.
too proper for Michael. It's too proper for us, and maybe it's a slang or not. But what do you remember that verse being? Do you always remember it being my mama always told me? Or do you remember it the way it's always been my mother always told me?
I'm gonna take a rain check on this one because I don't have a strong memory of it one way or the other. I'm gonna opt out on that one.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to have the audience go ahead and step in on this one and go. I listened to that song like a lot. And I think even most recently I've listened to that song, and I said it the way he's talking about. And let's see what the audience has to say. We got maybe it was Mother Mama makes more sense. That's probably preliminals in here, by the way. My ex, my ex's son called his mom mother. I always wanted to slap him, says bone breaking action. Michael Fontaine says like Joan Jett song. I don't know what that means, I guess. I say M Mama. Yeah, I definitely remember Mama, says John from America. Linda A says I always said Mama, always told
All
me.
right.
Eddie Von Keen, I think, is trolling us. He says mommy. That also sounds like something a British person would say.
I mean, can you imagine if LL Cool J would have wrote the song "Mother Said Knock You Out"? I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, what if that's changed?
it all of a sudden it sounds like he's in a hotel room shower or something.
Yeah. And go
It's like
kart mom.
Norman Bates. Never
Oh
mind.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right though. Norman Bates says in the Psycho movie he calls her mother. So that's creepy. It makes it sound more creepy if you call her mother, like mother,
Yeah.
mother, mother. May I? You know, I don't know. It's just creepy to me. So yeah, I happen to agree with this dude on that, and a lot of our audience members do too.
All right. So before you go forward,
Uh-huh.
um, I said I was uncharted territory, but I know what this next one is going to be, and
Oh yeah.
it's somewhat graphic.
Oh yeah.
So I just thought I would
Yeah.
forewarn everybody if you're easily offended by things of a graphic nature. Um, yeah, just thought I'd let you know that this is somewhat graphic. And I'm not even familiar with this guy, whatever this thing is, this frog thing. Do you know who it is or what it is? Right where you freeze framed it?
Is it Chango or what's his name? Something Unchained or so. I forget the name of
No,
it. But,
it's the frog, something the frog, Eddie the frog, or something.
oh, okay. No, I thought it was from that movie Chango or whatever.
No, it's not that. It's an animated cartoon frog thingy.
Okay. I could have
I'm,
sworn.
I'm not familiar with who he is anyway, so I have to opt out on this one as well. Um,
Uh,
but maybe the audience knows who he is. Can you bring it back up on the screen?
I thought it was that Texas lizard thingy that was Chango or whatever. Okay, no, that's not him. All right. So yeah, let's just go ahead and play it.
Yeah, I have to go see if the audience can. Well, he'll probably say the name of it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Number 4 on this list is going to be
We can't see it, by the way.
Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, I forgot I switched over. All right, there we go. No, it's not from Bugs Bunny.
That guy. Yeah, I don't know what that's from.
If I hear it, I'll probably remember it.
has been my mother always told me. Number 4 on this list is going to be that crazy frog. Yes, he hit the airways 10, 15 years ago, blew everybody's mind. He was a Nola Rolla thing, and you know what I'm talking about. You saw it, man. I'm talking about the crazy frog himself. Well, what if I told you that the crazy fox is now showing off his dick? Yes, I'm not worried about that. Yes, the crazy frog now shows his dick, his wee, his penis, his doodle, if you want to call it. It is weird. I never remember him having that doodle out like that, like you see. It is so odd. It is so weird. But with this too as well, as I was doing this research, I came up across the original video of Crazy Frog, the Alex Foley.
I never seen this.
Well, as you see right here, he doesn't have his willy hanging out. It's not, the cucumber's not dangling at all. You know, where did it go? It just suddenly appeared. Now we're all starting to notice.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's weird. Like I said, like you said, I don't know who this character is or what this is from, or
Yeah, me neither.
I was
I
thinking,
will admit though that if I had known about it, I would know. Like I would be like,
yeah,
I would be like, oh, yeah, because it's not something you don't not notice.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
it would something that would all of a sudden appear that wasn't there before. Like
Yeah,
it's not one of those type of things.
right.
But
No,
yeah, I don't see how people didn't notice.
yeah, that's like noticing all of a sudden Ken had junk, and all of a sudden was animated with all his parts.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, see if chat even knows who he is.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Rango. Michael Fontaine put Rango.
Yeah,
Is that what you were trying to say?
yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Rango.
Oh, I thought you were saying something. No, well, I guess you're right. I guess that's his name.
Yeah, I was trying to. I don't know why I was saying Chango.
Okay.
I was saying it all effed up. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking of like a Wesley Snipes movie the way you were saying it.
Mhm. But that's what I was thinking of, was Rango when I was saying
Okay.
Chango. I don't know. I can't keep up with all this stuff, man. But it is interesting though. They show the wee wee, and then next thing he has no wee wee.
Yeah, no, well, we we don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it's like that song, you can something with Willie, but Willie won't go. Well, this time Willie went, Where
Yeah.
did Willie go? I don't know, and I don't care.
All right.
Let's move on to the next one, really.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, now this one looks
This
like
one
B.
is this is I
From the
know
B
this
movie.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie was brilliant, by the way. I remember watching it with my kids and thinking the writing, the concept, everything about it was brilliant. And then the whole funny pun on it being a B movie, because the movies that come out that aren't that great, and that have a low budget, those are quote unquote B movies. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I get all of that, but yeah, let's see what he's got to say.
Oh, hang on just 1 minute. Okay. I'm ready. Okay, let's show it. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Number 3 on our list is going to be that clear classic movie from DreamWorks that I'm talking about, the Bee Movie. Yes, the awesome, the great one, Talking Bees, the Bee Movie. Well, I just said that totally wrong. The Mandela Effect on this one is that the Bee Movie was never, ever, ever called the Bee Movie. Apparently, the has never been on that title. It has always been Bee Movie. Does that seem really odd? Why would you just call something B movie? It's the B movie. It's always
what
the B.
Again with the does. I mean,
I know, right? I'm that out, my man. I don't really even like cosign does, but it's there. We're talking about it, so I'll participate. I don't remember. I mean, I do remember it being the B movie.
Yeah.
I have to admit, that's how I remember it. How do you remember it?
That's how I remember it. The B movie.
Yep.
Because that's how we always said it. And like you said, it's kind of like a pun on its name, because you think about low budget B movies and they were called the B movie,
Yeah. Either way, I remember the. I'll take out my I'll man up and admit I remember you got super crunchy ASMR going on, my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm eating a Slim Jim.
Let's see how people remember it. I think I didn't see the B movie. Uh, Michael Fontaine says a B movie.
Hmm.
We'll have to give him more time. Yeah, I'm curious how many people remember the B movie. Type it in the way you remember it. And yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. I'm not like that's not going to be my go-to Mandela effect by any stretch of the imagination because I think the could have been lost in interpretation somewhere, somehow, some way. I don't think that's. I think at this point, when you get into the thes on certain things, you're kind of like I don't know. It's like it's for the advanced Mandela effectors more so than it is for just trying to because that would be a weak argument for trying to convince somebody of the Mandela effect, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, here's the thing. I'm getting off topic here for just a second, but that's where I was going with the whole Walmart line thing, and I kind of sidetracked, if you will. I squirreled. I did. But there was a comment earlier on about Slim Jims, and I'm sitting here eating the Slim Jim because of the comment they were made. So when you're first going through the line in Walmart, like the checkout line, at the very beginning of the checkout line, you know how they have all the snacks and candies and stuff like that. Well, what I can't do is when I pass those up, I always have to get the 3X bigger versus original giant Slim Jims. And I love these things. They're so huge. So I want to do a commercial real fast before we move on.
A commercial break, if you will.
So here I go. I got my Slim Jim here. You see how big that thing is?
Heck yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to do the voice and snap into a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah. There you go.
All right, I'm ready to snap, man. Why didn't you get me one?
That was the last one.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
But John for America thought it was hilarious. But yeah, when you're going through line in Walmart, the checkout line, like the first thing, they usually have them there. But anyway, back to the show. The B movie, that's how I remember it. The B movie. And stuff like that. So Bear Lamb says we do not have Slim Jims in Canada. We call ours hot rods. Interesting.
I remember when Sasquatches were kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, the Sasquatch commercials. I love those.
Yeah.
Sasquatch beef jerkies. So yeah, here's whatchamadoodle again. And what would the next Mandela effect be?
I see what you did there.
Let's see what we got here.
Remember, it's a classic movie. He was drinking honey. He brushed his teeth with honey. He put his arms in honey. He's fighting for honey and love and all that stuff. But what do you remember?
Okay, let's move on to this.
It was easy being cheesy. It's not easy being cheesy. But don't take my word for it. Listen to Chester
So
himself.
pause it right there.
Hmm?
How do you remember it?
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta rewind that a little bit because
The Cheetos guy.
okay.
It's not easy being cheesy, or it ain't easy being cheesy.
It's not easy being cheesy.
All right.
Not
I'm with
easy
you.
being cheesy. I.
Yep, I agree. It's not easy. Yeah, he's making a case for ain't easy.
You mean he remembers ain't easy?
Yeah.
But what do you remember? Do you remember it always being called the B movie? Or do
Oops. I rewound it too much.
easy being cheesy? But don't take my word for it.
I did it again. So he's saying that ain't easy? I don't remember it that way, my friend.
Well, what if I told you it never was easy being cheesy. It's not easy being cheesy. But don't take
Oh, okay. So let's see first of all what the guys have to say in chat.
Yeah, type it how you remember it. I'm curious to see how people remember it.
Yeah, me too. So Michael Fontaine says, "It ain't easy being cheesy."
Yeah, I could even. I mean, I could go either way. I could be swayed to eight. Either way, he's saying it's not easy being cheesy, whether he's using the word eight or not. So
Right.
I'm not going to get caught up on that semantic of it. So I don't. Again, this isn't like a. It's one of those ones where whatever.
Well, yeah. As it often does, though, the Mandela effect can be that way, though. Whereas just one little tiny thing, and all of a sudden people are like, "Oh man, I have a Mandela effect." Like we were talking about the word "the" or "is" or "isn't" or "ain't" or "not" or whatever. For a lot of
Yeah.
people, that can be. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it can be like, for instance, Skechers without the T to
yeah.
me was a big deal. To other people, I could see how, whatever, there wasn't a T. Okay, I'm over it.
But I am interested to see this commercial in its entirety. So let's go ahead and watch it.
All right.
Oop, guess I have to unmute for that. Here we go. And bingo.
my word for it. Listen to Chester himself.
It's not easy being cheesy. Cheetos cheese flavored snack. Cheese that goes. It's not easy being cheesy.
It's not easy being cheesy. That's
All
not
right.
right.
That's what we said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we've took the upgrade.
Yeah, we took the upload or upgrade or however you say it.
Yeah. The upload. Yeah, that's what it is.
Now
All
here's
right.
the residue.
Yeah. So what's the residue?
It's from Family Guy, and I do love this thing from Family Guy.
Well,
God, there is no drummer better than Neil Peart. It ain't easy being cheesy.
See right there. He says it ain't
just
easy.
like I remember. It ain't
The funny thing is that's what everybody thinks of when they see that.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Right.
snorting the Cheetos. he's it's same with the leprechaun, from
Lucky.
yeah, Lucky. Like he's super hooked on it. Like it's a metaphor for heroin, or
Right.
coke.
Or like
Yeah,
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
yeah, cuckoo for cocoa puffs. Yeah,
Yeah.
become an addict, promoting addictive behavior for their product. But yeah, I digress.
Yeah, here's the next one. Oops.
All right, before you go to the next one, let's see what people typed in chat.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people that typed it ain't easy being cheesy.
Yeah, preliminals ain't easy guy. Road breaking action's a not easy guy.
Hmm.
John from America's an 8. Where is the green tiger from? Preliminal is asking me. I'm not sure about that. What? I'm not. I don't. Maybe I missed something. Was there a green tiger reference?
Green Tiger. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. But when we cut out of this, don't forget to show the name of the video. People are asking what the name of this channel is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We'll,
Well,
we'll give them a promo at the end.
we may even put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Now, what do you remember? Do you remember the way it is now? It's not easy being cheesy, or do you remember like I remember, and millions of us remember it? This ain't easy being cheesy. Now, number one on this list is going to be that classic storybook tale, that just nursery rhyme, bedtime story, whatever you want to call it. And I'm talking about the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. Yes, and this Mandela Effect has to do with the Big Bad Wolf and his saying. Now, you are all saying it to yourself, I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
What? Pause it. All right. That's how you remember it?
Oh, yeah.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
Yeah.
All right. I agree. I do remember it that way as well.
Here's the thing, though.
All right.
Here's the thing. I also remember him saying, he's like, little pig, let me in. They're like, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. So the next logical thing to rhyme with chinny chin chin will be, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
Yes. Which is essentially what's about to happen.
Okay.
So, I think, but then you also have like the Looney Tunes remakes, like where Bugs Bunny, and Elmer Fudd and all those kind of guys, they do like parodies of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in those is where maybe he says down, because they don't do the whole not by the hair of my chinny chin chin thing. They just, like, and then you have the parodies, I think, kind of take it out. He says it differently. That's me trying to Mandela explain it.
Right.
But I say all that to say this. I do remember it both ways. I remember down, and like you just said, it doesn't make sense for him to say down if it doesn't fit the rhyme scheme. So, but let's go ahead and watch anyway.
The other thing is, and I'm just going to say this real quick before we play it, is there was a rap song, or maybe it was a rock rap song. It was actually an MTV video, which was geared more towards adults. And it was claymation. And it had the guy rapping like, little pig, let me in. And it was like rock, kind of rock and rap, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You're like, not but a hair in my chinny chin chin. And it was, well, nonetheless, to say the less, is like, it was really graphic. It was more for adults, but I do remember that rock and rap song.
All right.
So
Fair enough.
Here we go.
Open the door and let me in.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
Yeah. But is it being blown in? Is it being blown in? It looks like it's being blown away.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Again, I think this is. I don't know. I don't have. I think that they're drawing at straws here. They're trying to make a Mandela effect out of not a Mandela effect.
I like your analogy there, grasping at straws.
Or blowing at straws. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll blow your house in.
I'll huff, I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
And it depends on who's telling the story. Like, we've all been told the story instead of like read the story or whatever. So, I mean, I can remember being a little kid and it being, I'll blow your house down. But again, with the whole rhyming scheme thing, it just doesn't make sense to me. But blowing your house in doesn't make sense either when you take it on a logical scale. Like, it's not being blown inward. He's blowing it completely down.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he is blowing from the outside in. So.
Oh, yeah, true.
That is correct. That's what you see right there. I huff, I'll puff, I'll blow your house in. This is so weird. You saw that from the original cartoon that I remembered when I was a kid in the 80s. That was the show I watched. That's the one I remember. And I always remember him saying, I'll huff, I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. But what do you remember? Do you remember it the way I remember it and millions remember it? Probably say it 1,000 times. I'll huff, I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. Or do you remember like it is now?
Again, it's
always has been. I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll blow your house in. There you go.
Again, it's perspective, because you think about, you know, blowing the house down versus in. Blowing the house in makes sense when it's the rhyming scheme, like we mentioned, you know. And hey, we got Rippin' Rabbit Hole in the audience, and in the studios in the audience as well. Isn't that cool?
Well, what? Yeah, that. Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, that is awesome. I love when Rippin' Rabbit Hole shows up. Hello and welcome, Rippin' Rabbit Hole. You have a great, yeah. I love his voice and the way when he does his show. Sometimes I'll pop in there and I'll listen, or sometimes watch after the fact. I don't often say hi in chat like he's so courteously doing for us now, which I probably should do going forward. But he's got such a great voice for the way he vernaculizes his words and does it. He's just pleasant. He's aesthetically pleasing to listen to. I guess that's the compliment I'm trying to pay you, Mr. Rippin' Rabbit Hole.
Vernaculizes. I like that word, vernaculizes.
Yeah.
See, now I'm trying to do a deeper voice. See, I'm trying to sound more professional.
Yeah, I see that. It's working for you, my friend.
Cool. Well, I don't think I could keep it up during the whole broadcast. I'd be like, so, Saji, what do you got for us next, my friend?
Yeah, I would hope that you wouldn't, because all of a sudden this is starting to sound kind of awkward. Yeah, I guess.
Sounds kind of hokey, don't it?
Yeah, a little hokey. And we have one rule on this show, and it's don't be lame. You almost just did that.
Oh, no. Yeah, don't be lame. That's the only rule, really.
Yeah, that's the only rule.
Well, don't be lame and don't be doing poop jokes.
Well, we break that rule all the time.
Yeah, true. So, yeah, you know, it's. Are we still going to do phone calls, or are we going to call?
Did we finish the video? Was there a number one? Was that number one?
That was number one.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you want to open up the phone lines and see who wants to pop in here, we still got about 30 minutes left of airtime, and I'm all for it.
All right. So, Bone Breaking Action says Hero using his sexy voice. Yeah, I was trying. I mean, So, yeah, let's go ahead and I'll click the invite button. And by the way, I will check my email here in just a few seconds, but I'll let whoever comes in.
Oh, bring up that channel again. We want to give them their promo. We failed to do that.
No, we'll do that after.
I guarantee you're going to forget.
Oh, no, I won't forget. I got you reminding me. What do you think I got you for?
I just did remind you. That was me reminding you. But I will drop a link in the chat. I did grab the link. I can do that. So Go right ahead.
Because I gotta drop the invite. But no, you guys, you come in here. Whoever gets in here first gets the microphone. What we're gonna do is you got 20 to 30 minutes to state your case or whatever it is you guys say. Unless there's someone behind you, like if there's someone in the studio, state your case in 20 minutes or less, and then give other people a chance to come in and talk. I don't like having two people in at once. It kind of gets what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of gets a little bit anyway. So I'll just drop the link in there and you guys come in and let's have some fun. Tell us your story. There you go. Come on in. And if you do tend to linger, I'm going to have to pull your finger and pop you out of there. So, yeah, it gets garbled. Thank you, Michael Fontaine. That's the word I was looking for. Garbled. I don't know. Garbled sounds like something dirty, but anyway. do 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 do. So, we're gonna try to work in a Taco Tuesday this coming week. I don't know how that's gonna work now. Mind you, last Taco Tuesday we actually did a show. The first what would you say, like the first 40 minutes or so was us talking, and then the rest was us playing What the Dub.
Yeah, something like that. Sounds about right.
I mean, we could do kind of the same thing, but this week I think we should do Name That Tune.
All right, yeah, that was a success last time we did it. It was lots of fun, and I enjoyed it. So you're not going to get a big protest out of me.
All right, cool. Yeah, so maybe we'll have some what do you mean memes and just shoot the shit and bring in Name That Tune, and everyone could participate. Now, don't be complaining about the rules changing, because we tend to change things as we go. We tend to change things up, but I don't have rules written in stone. So if they do change on you, I do apologize for that. But that's just the way it turns out sometimes.
Well, I mean, yeah, I remember when we were doing it with Keith's dad, we were kind of making it up as we went along. I would have to think that by now we've pretty much got some type of mostly order established. And the other thing to keep in mind is we don't pick favorites. I mean, it's not like any money's on the line or actual fabulous prizes are being handed out. I mean, it's just basically just bragging rights more than anything else. So, yeah, it's not like we have side bets going or favorites, and we're trying to manipulate the game in somebody's favor. That, if anything, it's the exact opposite. We would want it to be totally. We don't want anyone to ever feel like they're being slighted. So don't ever get that impression.
Oh, well, what do you know? We got Lothar of the Hill People as our first caller here tonight. Lothar, come on in, buddy.
Hang on. Okay,
Well, hello, deja vu, my friend.
Is it? I am Lothar. Lothar of the Hill People.
How you doing tonight, Mr. Lothar of the Hill People?
I'm exhausted. I worked all day.
That's a first.
No, I work every day. I'm exhausted.
No, I'm saying you being exhausted.
Not really. I don't know. I had a lot of work to do. I have to,
Well, what do Hill People do that make them so exhausted?
Oh, we hunt and forage on the hill.
On the hill.
I see. Yeah, are you down with Jack and Jill? Did you guys ever fetch pails of water together and stuff like that?
No.
Okay. All right. Just curious.
No, there is a Mandela effect with Lothar from the Hill People, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Please explain such that Mandela effect, if you will, please.
Okay. I remember there being more than 40 episodes of the Hill People, and there's only like 3.
What?
What do you mean there's only 3? I don't remember there being more than 3 as well. I mean, that's like all of a sudden there's like 7 moon landings, and I remember like 2 at most.
I remember 7. No, there was like one missing because I remember there being more, and all of a sudden they're not there, like they're completely disappeared. And there's like, there's only 3 episodes ever made of it. And it's like, okay, well, it was a good character. It was interesting because it has my name in it, right? So I was kind of happy about that. And growing up in the 90s, you never heard Lothar as my name. Like, you never heard that at all. So
it wasn't like Billy or Jimmy or Michael. And hey, here's my friend Lothar. Yeah, it just doesn't have the same ring to it. I agree.
No. And growing up in school, I had the same problem because people remember me by my nickname and not by my real name. So that's one of the problems too. Because so I had a friend of mine look me up on Facebook. He goes, "I remember your last name, but I don't remember your first name."
I can see how, like, when you're at the gift shop and you're looking through the keychains. I don't think there's too many Lothars.
In Germany there is.
Okay.
I get keychains, license plates, coffee cups with my name on it because the name in Germany is super common. Like I got what
Kind of like Yuri in Russia, right?
it's like Bob in America. It's like one of those.
Yeah. Okay.
Wasn't Lothar a character on Space Ghost also?
I can't remember.
Yes, he is. How could you not know that?
I don't know Space Ghost.
Oh yeah, he's a very popular character from the show. I think he spells it slightly different. I think it's Lotar though, not Lothar and Lotar.
Wait a minute. Wasn't there also a Lothar on Voltron?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't say for sure on that one.
There's not that many famous Lothars in the first place. So the only ones I could think of are Lothar Matthias, the famous soccer player from Germany, and the Red Baron's brother, Lothar Baron. I forgot his last name. It's whatever. There's not that many famous people with that name. You know what I mean? Like it's not a famous name. It's the name in Germany is too plain. Like my sisters all have weird names. It's like you would never even think of names like that. You know what I mean? But my mom named us like all different strange names from different countries.
All right. Well, that's interesting. What are the names? Let's hear them.
Okay. My oldest sister is Ilona.
Ilona. Yeah, that's a little different.
That's Hungarian. And then there's Lolita. That's Italian.
Yes.
Silvana. That's Spanish and Italian.
Do they go by different abbreviations, like Sylvie or anything like that?
No, none of them. Oh, one does, but there's Francisca. That is also Spanish and Italian.
Yes.
And then there's Svetlana, is Russian, but she goes Lana as her first name. She doesn't like Svetlana. So
okay.
Yeah. So I have 5 sisters with really strange names that people like, and it's not Ilona, it's Ilona because the vowels in German are different, so they get different pronunciations on the names. So people go, her name is Ilona. I know how to say her name. I'm her brother.
Did you say Slavonia?
Yeah, it's like when you have like a different type of name, it sounds different in a different type in a different language.
Are you familiar with that Hungarian pop hit, My Slavonia?
Yeah, My Slavonia. Yeah. Yeah, but you remind me of a Hungarian guy I used to know.
Well, thank you. I think that's a compliment, maybe.
Yeah, it is. He's a nice guy. He was a nice guy. He lives in Florida.
Oh, maybe I actually know him. What's his name?
Isaac.
Okay, no, I don't know any Isaacs, but I'll keep my eye out.
Yeah, he looks exactly like you. Just look for your twin.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you never know.
So let me ask you this, Lothar.
Sure.
You talk about Lothar of the Hill people.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a show on Adult Swim when I was in my 20s. It was called Solve the Mo Man, and it was a very silly show, but it kind of reminds you of those old 60s, like those old 60 movies, like Attack of the Mo Man.
I remember that. Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah, and they only had so many episodes, but I don't know. I found it interesting. It was silly, but
it's like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live, right? And he did the Mr. Rogers thing, right? And there's a lot of people saying he did like 20 of those, and he's only done like, I think, what was it, 3 or 4. So they don't like, it's Saturday Night Live usually changed the characters quite a lot. Like with the character in the photo, the Canadian guy, what's his name now? I forgot his name. Whatever. He did My Name is Simon, and he's always in the bathtub. It's hilarious.
I remember
And-
that guy. Mhm.
Yeah. So growing up,
I can sing the song for you real quick.
Go ahead.
Well, you know, my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the strange thing. That is a British cartoon, and it never became famous until it came to Canada, and some Americans picked it up because they thought it was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they stopped the show like I think 14 years before it became famous.
Wow. Yeah, Mike
Yeah.
Myers used to. Yeah.
Mike Myers, yeah. Mike Myers also did Franz, the German dancer.
Yeah.
German, yeah, he did a lot of German skits, but hilarious. I didn't meet him. I didn't meet him in person, but I know people who actually went to school with him, and he wasn't that. I guess he wasn't that funny in school. Like he was like I don't know. He left the funniness at home because he's kind of shy, and they always tried to make other students wanted to make him laugh and blah blah blah. So Eddie Murphy or something like that, like the best characters in Saturday Night Live have to be Eddie Murphy, hands down. Like there's a bunch of people on there that
I'm Gumby, damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
it was like I met Dave Chappelle, and the next week I met Elon Musk in Montreal. This is a long time ago. This is
Oh my gosh.
I had to be like 17 years old when I met them both. Because I was doing stand-up in Montreal when I was 17, 18 years old. Yeah, and then I met Dave Chappelle on the street. And I was listening to his comedy routine. He wasn't that funny, but he asked me for a cigarette, and I gave him a cigarette, and we chatted, and I said, "Look, I'm at the comedy club, down the street. You're pretty funny. If you want, I'll talk to the manager. You get on stage." He goes, "Well, no, I'm at this other comedy club." So he was doing comedy at a different place. And the very next week, I met Elon Musk at the Peel Pub in Montreal, and the Peel Pub is on Peel Street. I guess he was with some other friends. They were looking to go, like, is this a good place to drink beer? And I go, not really. So I said, you can go down. I'll come down with you. And, I said, it's just like a restaurant pub kind of thing. Oh, we just want to, go for, have some beers. So they had some beers. And I said, you guys, I got to go to work, but you guys can go down the street. And I said, I'll call my friend and he'll let you into the bar and you guys can go drink there. And they're like, yeah, we're not looking for a disco or anything like that. I go, no, it's just another club. So, they went to another club and I guess they went, I don't know where they went from there. That's kind of strange. And I would never think that guy would be famous and rich, one of the richest men. Isn't that odd? I've met one of the richest men in the world.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and just think today he owns,
Tesla.
Yeah.
And then I met Dave Chappelle and I actually had a conversation with him. And this is like in the beginning when he first started up. Well, I guess he said he was a little bit older than me. He was doing it for like, I think he said 4 years beforehand, I think. So like he usually goes on the street and tries to get a crowd. And I said, you're in the wrong area. Everyone in this area speaks more French. You got to head down to the more to the west side. And you meet people with like
West Side.
West Side. Well, Montreal is kind of weird because people don't have a sense of humor there.
I mean, imagine having to tell a black guy that the West Side is the best side. I mean, come on, man.
I know. Yeah.
In Montreal, it's kind of strange because it's segregated in certain areas. So, if you've never been there, you'd have to go there to like really understand how it is. But it's English and French, and people there do not have a sense of humor for some reason. I don't know why. Just for Laughs, the comedy thing is in Montreal. It's just like a gimmick, like to bring people into the city, I guess. But they have something like that just for Laughs in Florida. I think it is. I don't know if it's in Fort Lauderdale. I can't remember where it is. Sad, you should know.
Bone Breaking Action wants to hear a sample of your stand-up.
I won't do it on YouTube because I get stuff stolen from me. I'd only do it up on stage. Next time I'm up stage, I'll give Hebrew permission to.
Don't you have like any old recordings or anything like that?
No, because here's the problem. I've had so many jokes stolen from me and routines. I have a routine about growing up on my street and talking about Mrs. Johnson. And Mrs. Johnson, there's a whole storyline about it.
Doesn't that know what comedians do? Like they're in a club one night with a certain group of comics and they hear one guy nail it with a pretty good routine. They might not say it exactly verbatim, but 2 weeks later they're at a different club saying something similar to what they heard this guy say at that club. I mean, doesn't that happen all the time?
No, because you're breaking the codex when you do that. Okay, so like if I steal someone else's joke, I have to pay for that joke. Okay, and there's guys who stole my joke who's never paid me, and I've caught them and said, hey, you're doing my shit, and you got to pay me for that. You know what I mean? It's like, well, no, that was open. I was like, it's a good story and blah blah blah. No, you can't. You just can't. And there's a lot of comics like Robin Williams was a complete joke stealer. Like other comedians did not like Robin Williams because he stole other people's jokes. But he sort of did it in like
yeah, but he made their jokes funnier. So I mean, that's what he did, though. I mean, that's what it is. Like a lot of times I hear. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I used to work in a comedy club and I talked to certain comedians, and that was kind of like what you're saying is true. Like if you steal the joke, a punchline of a joke, like then you really should at least give like. Behind stage there was something, offer on $50 or something. Hey, I'm going to use it. I'm going to start using that punchline.
You have to agree and write paperwork to agree for this, to happen. I've done stand up in Germany. So,
but wait, hold on, hear me out. But like a shtick. Like where you like where I'll give you an example. Like a guy. He's trying to buy a horse off of a farmer, and the farmer says this and that, and then, all that kind of stuff, and he ends up getting screwed over this way or that way. I mean, that's not really a punchline. That's kind of like and you're walking out and you're doing the animate, like the arm movements and everything along with it. If somebody takes that and runs with it and adds a slightly different, instead of buying a cup of beer, you're buying a.
You're misunderstanding the whole thing.
If you add your own thing to it, though, like if you add like a spin to it, then it then becomes a totally different.
But even
the comics do that all the time. Like they get inspiration or ideas off of each other. It's kind of like a collaborative process. And if they can take it and next week they're in Bismarck and nobody that was in Albuquerque heard the other guy, they take it and make it their funny routine. That happens. That's like normal comic stuff, right? That's what they do. I mean,
there's a problem with that though, because there's guys who live in different countries and who use punchlines and jokes and translate them into their language. So those people don't know that he's stealing that joke. Okay, so that's completely different, and that happens all the time. Like even jokes written into from German back into English, and sometimes stuff gets lost in translation because it happens, but sometimes they're really, really good jokes and they have good punchlines to them. That is a little bit different because you're separating from different countries. But what I'm saying is they're actually stealing the whole thing. So the whole routine, they're stealing it. Okay, because they're getting a laugh on it all. You know what I mean? And that's where the icebreaker happens. And this is where I had a different name. I had a different stage name. My name wasn't Lothar, and my name wasn't my last name. I just switched it around. So, because the manager of the club says no one can understand, no one can say your name. No one's going to remember that. So I said, okay, well, my sister calls me Leo as a joke because she hates my name. So I said, okay, I'll say Leo. And I said, my last name starts with an O. And it was October at the time. Just call me Leo October. And that's easy to remember.
I want to address something from the audience. There is freedom of speech. However, these comedians, a lot of them hire writers to write their jokes for them. And whatever is written on paper then becomes copywritten.
Yeah.
Just as anything else, just a song or a script for a movie or anything else like that is copyright material. So if you do steal the joke, you're still stealing.
Look up.
Yeah, and you can tell the exact same joke that's and then be not funny. Like people are either funny or they're not funny, and timing is everything too. Like you can you can say, why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? Or if you put just the right amount of flair in it and you walk like a chicken walking across the road, everybody starts laughing. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. Either you're funny or you're not funny. Even if you steal the written text, you can still bomb. Even if when the other guy said it, it was hilarious. Now, look, my biggest, I'm not trying to bust your balls here.
No.
I'm not trying to give you a hard time. But at the same time, I guess I kind of am, because you don't really come off as funny. Like you don't really seem, I don't mean as an insult. You just don't seem like a comedian personality type to me. Like Ebro and I, we get on here, we do our little sticks, and we improv to a little bit of comedy here and there. Not that I'm totally trying to be braggadocious over or anything, but I'm just trying to say, like, you just don't come, like, you seem kind of dry as a person. It's really, it's just even if you don't tell us your joke, give us like an example of how you approach your comedy. Give us some type of.
You're mixing something up.
Hold on, before he does that though, Lothar, hold on 1 second. The chicken crossing the road, like you mentioned, Saji, I do have a new spin on the chicken crossing the road.
Oh, well, let's hear it. Yeah, you got my attention.
Why did the rooster cross the road?
I don't know why.
Because his dick was stuck in the chicken.
Ah, that's funny. See, but let's give us.
I'll explain it to you. Okay.
Tell us the funny side of Lothar. Okay. I want to experience it, my friend.
If you're in front of a live audience, I'm completely different than I am on YouTube.
Well, you're on our live audience now.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's a total different.
See, all I'm hearing is cop out after cop out after.
Well, here's the thing. I've walked out of comedy clubs if the comics before me were crap, or if I have to go up first, I won't go up. I'll just leave.
Okay, well, still, you're not giving me any receipts here, man. I caught a fish this big.
Oh, no, I don't give receipts. That's the whole thing, and I don't do that.
Well, so how can you get your proof of purchase, my friend?
Because that's just how it is.
Okay, well, I guess that's just how we're going to have to accept it.
Because I have a different life on stage. When I go up on stage, I haven't done it since my last stand-up was in 2018. Let's see, 2018 I did 5 shows, and 2019 I did 2, and then COVID hit, and then everything shut down, and then I haven't gone back yet. So I'm out of practice. Tell you the truth, I am. Saji, you're absolutely right. I'm out of practice. I've lost some of my sense of humor.
I do want to hear, I just want to experience Lothar. It's comedy. Like, I don't care about stealing your jokes, or I just want to see the comical side of Lothar. I really want to enjoy seeing that.
I tell stories, up on stage.
All right,
And
I believe that.
I change stories if there's more females in the crowd or more males in the crowd. Okay, if there's different, the gender roles do play a difference inside my comedy act. Because I change the story up some on certain different audience. I take a look at the audience, see how they're doing before I even do my stand-up routine. Because what you can bomb. I've bombed many times where people didn't think I was funny at all because I wasn't reading the crowd. So I will have to film it next time I go, and then I'll let Hebro post it, and you can watch it during a live. I'll give you full permission to put it up. And
all right.
That sounds good. Yeah. Even if you bomb, I promise you, we won't. We love you. We won't make fun of you.
No. But I tell a story. Okay, I tell a story about Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson was a 95-year-old woman on the street I grew up on. Okay, and I was 5 years old. Okay, this is the whole story, and the punchline is hilarious, and I get the biggest roaring laughing. Like people laugh at that because
All right.
It's just, but I don't tell that story because that joke, that storyline got stolen from me. Okay, but I have proof on VHS. I'm the first person to come up with the story because I talk about my life.
Right.
Okay.
I with you. I hear you. And I promise you, Hebro and I won't steal your storyline.
No. But when I film it, because I do have film of one. The person did not give me send me the link for it yet to email. I actually asked for it. Can you send it to me? He's going to find it for me. As soon as he has it, I'll let you guys put it up. You can download it, and you guys can take a look at that one. That show that I only did, I think that's 8 minutes and 45 seconds because you only have 9 minutes on stage, and you have to have that story down pat. Sometimes you could screw up your own story, and that's happened to me too. Like you can actually, you trip over your words, okay, and that happens when I'm on stage. You have to read the audience, and if the audience is different, you have to switch that story around a bit because people will get offended real quick, especially in comedy now. Like I've seen one guy here in Winnipeg, and he's hilarious. Okay, this guy should be like famous. He said one stupid word out of context, and someone heckled him, and he lost it, and then you could lose the whole shit. So you got to be really careful. Like I've had hecklers. I get them in my show. Like was it like I had 2 hecklers here, and they're really, really hard. It will screw up your whole thing. So
yeah.
And you got to change your act around too, because people go to the comedy club like every 2 weeks or so. Well, we heard this shit before.
Yeah, well, it makes a difference too if you go to different ones too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you can't be political. That's number one in Canada.
Wow.
You cannot be political on stage. You cannot talk about feminism on stage. You'll lose the crowd because people don't want to hear that. So there's certain things you cannot tell an audience, and you'll screw up your whole show.
Wow.
Okay, and I've seen this happen before because people, an American guy can come up here to Canada and tell Justin Trudeau off in a comedy act, and you'll get a great laugh. As soon as a Canadian does it, he's a problem. Oh, he's a problem. I've seen it happen before.
They have stricter rules in Canada.
It's not the rules; it's the people.
Well, no, I mean like isn't there speech laws too?
Yeah, but
they used to have in America. You remember that guy? What was that comedian that actually got arrested? Back in the 70s.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Bruce, what was his name?
Not Bruce Willis. Bruce. Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce, yeah.
Okay, Lenny Bruce was different though, because he was a New Yorker, and he played to a New Yorker crowd. See, I can't go play New York. I'm not from there.
Right.
People will get bored with me quick.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm having like visions of the Blues Brothers, like when they went down south and it just didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with comedy. I listen to the other comedians who go on stage first, and they always ask, "Where are you from?" We're from Winnipeg. We're all from Winnipeg. So people will always be a little bit strange about certain things. Yeah, we can talk about the Queen. We talk about the Queen all the time because we always say she's German. So, and then we do the Nazi salute on stage. And it's different. Like if I went to Florida, okay, people in Florida are a little cocky, but there's Canadians there. So as soon as you say you're Canadian, you got friends in the audience, so they're going to root for you and laugh about that. Okay.
Yeah, Ray Darius has a funny comment. He says, "If I were to do comedy anywhere, I would be arrested."
Well, that's the whole thing because you want to be at the edge, but you don't want to fall off that cliff. So it's like a teeter-totter balance when I do my routine. My routine stays my routine. I have 3 different sets. I keep those 3 sets, and I have a set that's 20 minutes. I have 2 sets that are 8 minutes. The 2 8-minute ones I switch them up and depends on the audience. So not every set is the same when it comes into the audience, because the audience can be mostly. I did a routine in front of females, all females, through the whole comedy club. I had to switch everything around. Everyone bombed. Everyone bombed except me because they couldn't handle it. They couldn't do it because they weren't versatile on their routine. And it's just like, like a preacher gives a sermon. He sees those same people every Sunday, right? They're always the same people who come there. They know him. Like they talk to him, they shake his hand. They have conversations maybe on a Wednesday night or something like that, or they have like a consultation on a Saturday. If you get to know your audience, you're getting way too personal. You don't get personal as a comedian to your audience because they get too used to you and then they get bored.
I think do we do that here, Hebrew and I? Do we get to? If you're going to critique, because we try to be comedy to some degree. I mean, not always. Sometimes we're serious.
Like Abbott and Costello kind of routine. What you guys try to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you were going to critique us, like what would be one thing that we're doing right, that we're totally nailing it, and what would be another thing you would say we have tremendous room for improvement?
You both of you don't knock each other. I'm the guy who knocks you both, okay? So it's like I call you Florida man, okay, and I call him Shebrew. You know what I mean? It's loving, it's like loving hate words.
Yeah.
So when you should come in and say, you can mock each other, like you took the short school bus to school. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. All right, so
that's like it's like a 2-man skit because that's what you guys are doing. You guys are doing like the honeymooners.
Okay, I can kind of see that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your audience watches you, and then if you got to do the skit early on, it doesn't really work. If you do a little bit in between and say, we'll do the 30-day ramble or something, or 30-minute ramble or 15-minute ramble about anything in life, right?
Yep.
And that's a routine.
That's how we always try to open the show, is just kind of like a opening monologue where we really freelance it. It's all spontaneous. None of it's rehearsed. We don't practice backstage or anything.
And what you could do is say, I heard, Hebrew, that you ran out of toilet paper and had to use the carpet. Like that's one. And then,
okay.
That's actually happened to me before. True story.
Okay. But there's a skit, right? You know what I mean? Like it's like I can't tell anybody, hey, this is how I do comedy. I'm not up there telling knock jokes. I'm telling a story, and the stories have to be precise because people get lost here. When you explain something to somebody here, they get lost. They're dumb hicks, okay? Winnipeg is a farm town. They get lost on what you're trying to explain to them. Okay, and it's like, okay, you ever heard a female comedian, Amy Schumer?
Yep.
Okay. Her early days on her stand-up were hilarious. She got famous. Everything is shit. Why is everything shit? Because she lost all the crowds. She couldn't read the crowds anymore because she's now like.
Well, she's gone super woke.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
People don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, and like late night talk shows not even funny anymore.
No,
like
it's
they
not.
used to.
Saturday Night Live isn't either.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with wokeness. It has to do that people don't want to live on the edge. You have to live on the edge. If you're going to do routines, especially comedy routines, I get paid, I think it was $19.58 a show. Okay? And I just do it for...
How specific?
Yeah, I know, right?
I know. Yeah, I get a paycheck, and it's...
You know, that's one thing Jerry Seinfeld has never shied away from. Like he says... You know, I can't play colleges anymore. Why can't you play colleges anymore? Well, they're too politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if you're a comedian and you feel restrained by your audience, then, you know, it
right.
gags your creativity. You know, you can't be who
Jerry Seinfeld is more of an actor than he is a comedian.
Right.
Yeah. And you know how like comedy bars tend to have the 2-drink minimum. And I get it on one hand that it's because they want people to order drinks, and that makes sense. But also that if you don't have a slight buzz, it's not nearly as funny.
It's not. And I see it happening too. I was going to go to this other comedy club, but they eat food during the comedy, and I said, no. Eat food first, and then we go on, and you got, you know, have your dinner first, and then we'll go on. Like we've done shows in hotel lounge, in a hotel, like in hotel benefits and stuff like that for charity and stuff like that. And I've done that several times, and the crowd there is not the same. So if you go to like a hotel benefit show, and you know, it's like, what is it, the Moose Club, or it's like was it women? What was the one I played? I think it was something for do with women and something like that. And I just said, I can't tell my jokes here like this. Like I can maybe do something like this. And I'm going, should I do this? I got up. I got a great laugh. I thought I wouldn't get a laugh there, and I actually was better than the other comedians who were getting paid 3 times more, 10 times more than me.
Like 3 times more than $19.68.
Yeah, they got paid like $100. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
I only do it for fun. I did it for free. I didn't do it for money. I just do it to, not to be seen, not to get famous, just to talk to people and make them laugh.
So what is it? Would you say it's a passion of yours?
No. It's like a slight hobby. It's like It's like my psychologist. It's like I don't have a psychologist, but the audience is my psychologist.
Well, I can relate to that because coming on here doing this show with Hebrew, it's very therapeutic for me. Like
it is.
It keeps me from being insane, and I mean that almost quite literally, because I have so many things that run through my head. My mind is always racing, and if I didn't ever have an outlet, a way to let these thoughts free, I literally think I would go mad in my own brain.
And that's why I bring up my comedy act for my childhood. I go back when I'm 5 years old and I explain to the audience, this is what happened to me when I was 5. You know what I mean? Like, and you have to understand, I'm a 5-year-old child. I'm not the brightest child in the world, but I still was clever. Do you know what I mean? I had some cleverness in me. And this is why it's like a psychology thing where, I get that now. You know what I mean? And that's what they also laugh about. And this is where
That's what I like about doing this program. It's like therapeutic. You know, you
It
get
is.
on here and you're on here for a couple of hours and you get to pretty much, well, you don't get to say what you want, but you get to pretty much spill stuff out that you normally wouldn't during the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, we were talking about all the Mandela effects earlier and stuff like that, and that's just sort of our way to get some tension release. Like we don't have to think about our normal day wear and tears and whatever the hell else is going on in the world, and we can just come on here and do our thing and forget about our problems for a couple hours, and that's the way I think about it.
What if I brought up the Mandela effect in my comedy routine? Okay.
Would you have to? You would have an audience that you would probably first have to explain it to.
Yes and no. Okay, and then because there was a comedian who talked about the flat Earth, and it was hilarious. He actually got it down pat, but he also made you think.
Well, that's not a foreign concept to most people. I mean,
no, I understand that completely. Like I understand that completely, but he got them to laugh about it because there is insanity in laughter. Do you know what I mean? Like those two fit together. And there's many people who talk about that, you know, like your routine has to be a story to make the audience interested into you because you're talking about something. Because a joke has to last longer than 30 seconds or 12 seconds. Like, you know what I mean? It's I always say, give me your best Hitler joke. And people are, what? Hitler? Yeah, give me your best Hitler joke. And they can't do it. I think I got 36 now.
Yeah.
Well, give us your best Hitler joke.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's a good one? Why was Hitler a bad golfer?
Because he couldn't figure out which iron to use.
No, he couldn't get out of the bunker.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's not my best one, but that's one of them.
Well, what do you mean? I said, give me your best one.
Well,
you're holding back on me?
No.
That's totally intolerable.
Okay,
to the gulag with you.
Now you got 5 seconds to tell your best Hitler joke.
Who me? I don't have any Hitler. I don't tell it.
Here's the whole thing. That's why you have to have this rapport of jokes in your head. And this is what you need to do when you do stand-up comedy. You need the fast thinking. Because you need comebacks. Because people yell at you when you're doing stand-up. Like, people will actually shout at you and say shit because they're drunk. You know what I mean? Like, they'll say
hecklers.
Stuff.
Yeah,
hecklers.
I'm familiar with the concept.
And my routine is when the announcer brings me up, they always say, please don't heckle this guy. He pees on the audience.
Then that guy's definitely going to get heckled.
No, I never got heckled.
What?
Scared to get peed on.
I would be trying to make you pee on the audience.
No,
I wouldn't have heckled all night. All of a sudden, I'm heckling.
Well, the whole thing is like if you've never did stand up and you've never been to a comedy bar, and the people who go there, and I know who wreck the shows, and it's usually Karens who wreck the shows, or it's dudes who are too drunk and they're pissed off at their Karen who's sitting next to them.
Yes.
Okay, and that's
wannabes. I like to call them. They wish. Yeah. They're not really brave enough to get up on stage, but they think they're funny.
Yeah, and then also in the States, comedy clubs are segregated. So there's black comedy clubs and white comedy clubs.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then there's all different sorts of, like there's the risque comedy clubs. There's the conservative comedy clubs. I mean, you got the whole gambit.
You do, but you have to play to all of them.
Why wasn't Hitler very funny?
I don't know.
He killed all the writers.
Yeah, probably.
You know.
He killed all the comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody waiting, Hebrew? I'm just curious.
No.
But like I always tell people, when you do stand-up or you're thinking into doing stand-up, just telling jokes is not going to make you any better. Like telling knock jokes or telling jokes like that. You're not gonna make it in comedy. Comedy is completely different. It's more of a story, telling stories about your life up on stage. Okay, and telling a story that is so freaky, and like you after your show, I want you to watch at least 5 comics tonight. There's some of them, they're only 5 minutes long. Go watch them. 5-minute comedy.
Okay.
And you will understand what I'm talking about. They'll tell a 5-minute story and make you laugh in between. That's what I do. And you can't do that on your platform. It just doesn't work.
Here's what we're going to do. We don't have anybody waiting backstage, but we do have to wrap things up.
Yep.
So,
yep, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, and you just gave me a homework assignment. How dare you?
Yes,
I know, right?
Yes, because then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Because
I already do. I totally get it. I've been watching comedy a long time, and for the most part, I agree with you. I mean, there are a few exceptions here and there, but I do agree with you that you have to create at the very least a concept, a story, a scheme, if you will. You gotta bring them to your world. And I totally agree with that.
You cannot do in comedy. Number one rule is bring the audience down so far that they don't laugh anymore. Okay, so anything to do with like you're dropping the audience down, you can wreck the whole audience for the whole set, like not just your set but for others. So that's number one rule. Do not bring everyone down, because I tell comedians that too. And I told
don't start talking about your dog died over the weekend.
Well, no, we had one comedian. My daughter died. She committed suicide, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that would bring the audience down. Well, hey,
but I wrote a poem about it. I'm going to read it for you guys here tonight.
No, but I'm not done yet. Hang on. Right. This is the whole routine, and I'll tell you how it goes. My daughter committed suicide. And she's only 17 years old. I shouldn't have fucked her that hard. That's brutal. So you can't do that. Ouch. You can't do that, because it really, now you're going into my daughter committed suicide because I was screwing her, and it does. You don't get a joke from that. It's just brutal. You can't go that far.
Thanks for bringing the show down, Lothar. Yeah. We really appreciate you coming on.
I'm just explaining to you what it is. That's a down point, and going up, you cannot make the audience go up and down. It doesn't work.
Hey,
you have to keep them at a certain level.
We do have somebody waiting backstage, so
okay, I'm out of here.
Adios, amigos.
Thanks for being on, Lothar.
No problem.
As always.
Right. See ya.
And we'll see you some other time. Thank you. So our next person we're bringing on in the call-in show is this guy right here. Okay.
Bob? We got Bob. Bob.
Yeah, Bob, yeah.
Bob Saget is in the house. Well, talk about tough act to follow, but one guy who could probably follow it.
I completely forgot to change my picture. Hey, fucking go.
I know who that is.
Yep. Your voice totally obliterates your incognito status, my friend.
And that picture right there, yeah.
Why did I have Bob Saget as my profile picture? I don't remember.
That'd be cool.
There is. I just came in because there is an attic in the game, and this is an intervention in a studio. You need to stop.
Yeah, I noticed he's been pestering you this whole time.
This is an intervention. You're hurting me, your family, your friends, and we don't have the fucking. I didn't buy the game. I need to buy it later. I am very angry that I came in at the moment that he was telling the joke about raping a daughter.
Yes, I know. He's like he's trying to steal your thunder.
Yeah, you should screw him. Yeah.
I should rape a daughter just to make the joke funnier.
Yeah.
Go on the raping people. How you been? How you ever been? I just literally just came in. I'm very sleepy, to be completely honest.
No, it's just nice to hear your voice. I haven't been. Keith's dad's like went incognito. Have you filed a missing persons report as of yet?
No, he's like when you lose a child, but like those annoying Charles, then you're like, yeah, I mean, he's lost, but is he
Right.
really lost? Like, how lost can he be? Those kind of people.
And you're
And
like sure the abductors are going to return him once they realize what they've
yeah,
captured. Yeah.
the captors are gonna be like, I'm not gonna rape this man. Like this bomb is hairy. Like his ass is foreign. I mean, no. Like the man is wearing a robe. What the fuck is this? Like
Yeah, and the checkered robe at that.
I know. And like he sends you to he sends you to like Target to pick him up some items, and he wants everything to be plaid. I mean, come on, man.
I don't blame the guy. Like Platt is pretty cool. I like chess too, but I wouldn't walk like a walking chess piece from all my life. It's weird. Have you ever seen his bedroom?
I mean, just what he's shown on camera, like
It's
with
in
his
his
backgrounds
studio.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything he owns. It's like what's it called? What was this movie? Uh, the Lion King.
Yeah.
Everything the light touches is gay. It's like everything the light touches is Platt.
Yeah.
This is scary. He's spent so much money. He spent $20 on a guy to say Torgo. I'm so
Well,
angry. Still angry about
I'll
that.
tell you, man, if I had the money, I would do my entire studio up in He-Man colors, and have, I would be wearing all He-Man. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I already kind of imagine you've got like the Hebrew sheet set. I mean, the He-Man sheet set and pillowcases, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't have that, but like I said, if I had money,
Oh,
Do
okay.
you,
I probably
do you
would.
have the Hemon body pillow?
No,
No,
no.
Do you know what that is?
Wait, what? Come back.
but you know what it is. You're familiar with the He-Man body pillow.
I mean,
The
I think you know what it
He-Man
is.
body pillow. I would probably rather have a She-Ra body pillow.
Oh no, we're talking about Hemon, man.
But
we're way too deep into this.
but yeah, if you're talking about gay stuff, I don't know anything about it.
You don't know? Oh my dude, I know a lot about it. I've been dealing with a lot of gay stuff lately, and I've never been happier in my life. And I'm not gay, which says a lot about myself.
Yeah.
Well, gay is a metaphor for happy, so I can see how that could work out for you.
Gay
Yeah.
was the original word for happy, and then homosexuals turned it into gay. Just saying.
These damn homosexuals turning my gay into something gayer.
Yeah, that's what they did. They stole your happiness, my friend.
Yeah.
It made it
But
their own, and then they copyrighted it, and now you have to pay money to use it.
Glad transgender is just a Scottish man in a kilt. Wait, hold the fuck. What?
I'm not sure if that's necessarily true there, Lotar.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, have you seen how hairy their calves are?
I mean, have you seen? I have a. This is gonna sound very weird, but have you seen Git's legs? Like, he's very hairy.
I tend to not look at them.
Ma'am, if you want me, I can show you. I'm always up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's new with what's new, Bob? How's it going there, buddy?
Let's make it uncomfortable.
I like how he immediately changed the subject there.
It's okay. It's seen worse.
Yeah. I'm sure his legs aren't much hairier than mine are.
What? You know who would like to see his legs though is Joe Biden.
Yeah, he's into that sort of thing.
Yeah, he is.
You are mistaken. Joe Biden likes it young.
Oh well, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. And he would probably prefer to smell them than to see them. Just saying.
I would. Okay, I'm not gonna go there.
Have you ever laughed like that, like in real life? You sound like a lawnmower that is not turning on.
No, that's my real life. My real life.
That's your real life.
My,
Lawnmower that doesn't laugh.
real life laugh.
Oh, good calling. Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know. Have you ever seen like the
Like
Hebrew?
the shows all of a sudden became late night with Hebrew and Saji, you know.
I know, right? But have you ever seen the Hebrew and Saggy shows that I do when I'm high and I just cannot control my laughter?
I
Yeah,
no, I just
I mean,
I
that's
believe
my real laugh, man.
God has not punished me enough to reach to that level.
Oh, okay. Well,
Why is wait? Hold on, how the my dude? I just arrived and this guy is talking about Fidel Castro. What the
oh no. Hmm.
Fidel Castro is Cuban, right? Fidel Castro looks like Keith Richard and the Queen Olinda are moving into the. Excuse me, what?
Isn't Fidel Castro? Is he still alive?
I don't think he is. I don't. I don't want to believe he is.
He was known for having awesome cigars, so
Yeah.
I remember that much.
And a manly beard.
And a
Yeah.
lot of cocaine and also like dictatorship. Who thinks about it? Like there is the beard that matters, you know?
Yeah. I want to be able to grow a beard like that.
Yeah, I want to be able to enslave an entire nation too.
Well, no, I don't know about all that, but you know,
Maybe just part of the nation, not the entire
Right.
nation.
not the entire nation, right?
Like maybe just a corner, maybe just two
Yeah.
corners.
Yeah,
Like,
just like a Caribbean island or something. That would probably be enough to enslave.
So
no
do
one
you
care
know?
about it. It's just brown people.
Is it true that the United States still can't get cigars from Cuba?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can even. There are a lot of things that end up in Peruvian that you cannot get either legally.
Mm.
And
Well, I know.
surprisingly, most of them are not even drugs.
I
It
was
seems
going to say prescription drugs that we get here, like we have to be checked for them and all that stuff, and it is surprisingly easy to get where you're at, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can go buy oxycodone, inject it right into my ass, and let me have it with my life.
Yeah.
I don't know how you actually make it. Like how do you deal with yourself when you have a flu or something like very small?
Hmm. What did you say? A very small floor.
No, flu, like a flu or a
Like a
cold.
slight flu, like
Oh,
a real
right.
bad,
Okay.
like nothing major, just like a case of the sniffles.
The
I don't
sniffle.
know. I just
The
take
fuck
some
is the sniffles?
Benadryl.
No, I
Um,
mean like let's say you start sneezing tomorrow.
sure.
What do you do?
Nothing.
Or you just wait to die? That sounds like a man. I
Yeah.
like that
I mean,
opinion.
yeah.
Yeah, I might opt like for like a fruit punch, like skip the Mountain Dew that day and go with something with vitamin C in it.
You know, Arumurax has a point on that. India legalized prostitution. Here is the deal: when people legalize prostitution, it's fucking weird because there is a prostitute who not only makes more money than you, but she has social security.
Hmm.
She has fucking what's it called? She has insurance.
Yeah,
They have fucking benefits. Well, I'm like, when you're sitting your ass because
but she's going to need that insurance for all the STDs she's going to need coverage for, my friend.
they are covered. That's a business expense, and I'm not even fucking joking.
Okay. So I'm about to tell a joke here. It's a George Carlin joke, but it has to do with prostitution. And I happen to agree with him. Like, I don't understand why prostitution is illegal. Like, it's legal to sell stuff and it's legal to fuck, right? So why isn't selling fucking legal? I never understood that. I can
It's not
understand from
illegal
like,
everywhere. You can't, like in Las Vegas, for instance. There's parts of Las Vegas where it's
actually
legal.
that's a myth. What I hear,
No, the Bunny Ranch really does exist, my friend.
I heard about the bunny ranch, but it's like a lot of people have this misconception that prostitution is completely illegal in Las Vegas. However,
However,
if you just walking up and down the Boulevard Strip or whatever it's called, and you solicitate a prostitute, you can get arrested still in Las Vegas.
oh yeah, it's not like illegal in that regard. Like it's organized crime, my
Yeah,
friend.
organized crime. Yeah,
I mean, when mafia is even more organized than my life. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What's going on with this? No,
You
but
would make a. I think you would be natural at being a pimp. Uh, um,
of course,
Brad.
I will slap any woman that cross my way. Of course.
Yeah.
I will beat the fuck out of them. I will like smack them so hard with the back of the hand that they will turn out the exorcist at the next moment. I'm just like on point when it
Well, I
comes to.
wasn't even going to go there. I was going to say, like, I can see you defending them when their Johns refuse to pay.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, that yeah, sure. I wouldn't defend the prostitute. I mean, she knows what she get into.
Yeah, but you would make sure you collect it on their behalf. Yeah.
Yeah, that's of course yes. That's I will definitely take the woman the money that a woman actually got from the work. That's not even a question.
But what if the John refused to pay and he's trying to make a grand escape? Would you hunt him down and take it from him?
I rape him.
Yeah, I just see you being aggressive in that regard. I don't know why.
In here, we have kind of the same. It's I don't know how do you say this in English, but it's like very young people that are into gangs, kind of like that, and they protect the prostitutes. And in case someone doesn't pay, they go in and they beat the shit out of them.
Gotcha. And that's not a pretty sight, is it?
I, I mean, I don't know. I
It's
never
not
been
one
to
thing.
it.
That's not something people would make that decision more than once and realize that that's probably not a good idea to try to get out of paying.
Yeah, but you have to be very like very low to not pay a prostitute. Like, I mean, man, come on, she's the one getting fucked in the ass. Like, what's the worst? I can't just give the money.
All right, this show is definitely degraded way below what I would normally
Yeah.
allow it to.
Yeah.
What else
Well,
you got besides uh that?
Besides prostitutes, man, I got nothing. Besides prostitutes and hitting women, that's my whole life, man. You're taking my life
That's
away.
just no shtick. I mean, come on.
Have you helped anybody break into their house lately?
You
Oh,
won't believe
yeah.
it, but yes, I did.
Hmm.
Yes, I actually did. There is a lady whose name I will not reveal. Well, so Julia was walking actually back to her house, and she forgot something inside. I don't know what the fuck, but she broke the key in the door frames.
Oh, no.
I don't know. She's stupid. She's a woman. We don't just go with that.
Here we go.
And she asked us. It was my friend and I, to go into their. Have you ever seen those German doors? No, those German windows.
You say doors?
Windows. The one that
Oh,
open like
windows. Okay. All
vertically.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
And she had one of those for some reason. Like the house is on it's kind of on a hill, but they had that for a reason. And we went in, and the window just pop open like out of nowhere, and it broke my friend's back. So he was actually injured for maybe a day or two, and he was sleeping in my bed. We got in about like 30 minutes, but then police came in thinking were robbing the place, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, my friend had to stop him because like he was actually injured, like stuck in the wall.
And
Wow.
how do you explain that away?
That's a good question. I just I just kind of sat there and just waited for the worst to happen. To be completely, because the girl had to prove like she actually lives there, and she's very stupid. Like the way she proved it was grab the first thing that you
Um,
have at hand.
I got to disagree with Vormax here for a second. Is I would think that legalized prostitution would actually cut way back on rape and violent sex crimes. I mean, you would think so. Like if it's legalized and everyone's of age and everyone's willing, I'm just saying, I'm not 100% for legalized prostitution, but I was just bringing up the question.
Well, it degrades society as a whole.
Right.
If it's commonplace, normal behavior that's socially accepted.
Yeah.
Doesn't Europe has it?
Huh?
Doesn't Europe has legalized prostitution? I believe it's
I
Amsterdam.
don't know. I don't know.
Amsterdam does, and they're doing pretty well from themselves.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
that's
all fine
true.
and dandy until it's your daughter. Then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you see, or it's your son that's hiring the prostitute. I mean, and coming home with the STD, where he should be bringing home a nice woman from church. Not somebody that he has to buy her
I think
things to get
I
her
think
to
I
though if
show.
it's
mean,
legalized though, also if it's legalized, it's going to be controlled somewhat. So if some dude doesn't pay, you would handle it just like a retail store or something where you would just call the cops and they would have the dude arrested pretty much for stealing. You know, it'd be the same thing if you were
oh,
in a restaurant. If you're in a restaurant and you play the whole diner ditch thing, if you're in a restaurant and you don't pay, they would have you arrested.
is
So
that
it
true?
wouldn't be like, I mean, am I wrong?
But
If
is
it
that
was
true?
legal, I could see how one can make a case for it.
Right.
But you still, I mean, the social acceptance part would be where it comes into play.
Oh,
Otherwise,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I got something to show you, Hero.
All right.
Every European country has prostitution, and it's allowed. That's what I'm saying. Like, for example, let's say if it's just accepting the fact that it exists and just dealing with it
It's
is
really, I
actually
mean,
making
and
it
even
better.
though it's illegal in most places already here in the United States, it still happens every day.
So my friend broke his back. There you go.
Oh no.
Man.
And I as a very careful friend, made this. So
Oh,
when we have learned- I just
that's good.
he was actually dying.
Oh no.
We waited till he fall asleep like this. I don't know why he did that, but his back was completely broken from the window, and
Oh
now
man.
he's a kangaroo. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you this. I'm,
Cool.
I'm very happy about.
That is hilarious.
I think that's a great way to close the show out, my
Yeah,
friend.
I
Thank
think
you
you're
for
right.
bringing us that, Rav. And
Yeah.
thank you for coming on. We really do appreciate your what you bring to the table. And
Which is
it's
basically
a great late night topic. So yeah.
It is
racist
after midnight.
misogyny, like beating women and prostitution. Yeah, that's literally what I came into. I didn't
And
even
Hey,
expect it.
hey,
and if
you
you see Keith's dad, tell him Hebrew and Sadie said what's up.
yeah, for sure.
I actually don't know if kid's alive for that.
Oh,
Last time we talked, he told me, "Yo, there is a what's it called? There is a motorbike rally somewhere," and then I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." He hasn't replied since. I'm not even joking.
hopefully he's alive and well, and we'll see him again someday. Hopefully.
I
Yeah.
just pray very hard that if he comes back as a woman.
Hmm.
We can give him like the Kylie Jenner treatment. No, what's it
Hmm.
called? Like the
Oh, the Bruce Jenner.
yeah, like he
Yeah.
was an athlete. He was, and now he's a bitch. So good night, everybody.
All right.
Well, yeah. Thanks for bringing your unbridled, what do you call it? Your unbridled honesty and, everything else along with it. Because if it weren't for that, you wouldn't be Rav, right?
Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah. I mean,
And on Tuesday we're going to do a name that tune. You're definitely welcome to come join us on the festivity. Even if you want to come on, be on the panel with us, we would be fine with that.
Yeah.
yeah, sure. I can be awake for it. I believe. I'm not quite sure. I've been working 2 jobs, man. That's what I haven't been doing anything on the other channels either, too.
All right.
So
Well,
yeah,
yeah. You have a good one, man.
yeah.
Talk to you later.
All right, let's take us out of here, Mr. Hebrew 77, sir.
Oh, I definitely
I
will.
want to thank all of our guests. I mean, Raven, of course. What was his name from the hills? Lotar from the hills.
Yeah,
Um,
from the,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and then the Mandela Effect channel. We were going to give props to. What
Oh,
was
yeah.
the name of
Let's
that
do
again?
that right now. Yeah. So the name of the Mandela Effect channel is, in fact, Crazy's Lab. That's Crazy's
Crazy
Lab.
Lab. And I did drop a link for it in chat earlier. I don't have it still handy, or I would do it. But
Let's
there you
drop
have it.
one. Yeah. Drop one right now. And, I do want to say one more thing, though.
Yeah.
Everything that Rav said here tonight doesn't necessarily reflect that of the Hebrew channel or Shifty Sunday. It
Is that
strictly,
your disclaimer, my friend?
yeah, pretty much. And
Yeah.
I am, well, hey, it's the last hour, like the final hour. So I'm glad he did come in at least at the last hour. So,
Yeah, I mean, we're all adults here. We can have adult conversations. I don't, and we can. And if we weren't trying to offend anybody, and it's just all in good fun. But if
yeah.
you were offended, then so be it. You were offended. There ain't nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what this is. I mean, we were talking about that with comedians earlier about comedians not being able to speak their minds or whatever, and that's exactly what he
You
did.
got to take. Sometimes you take it to the edge. Sometimes
Yeah.
it goes over the edge.
Sometimes you fall off the cliff, as Lothar said.
Yes, sometimes you actually do. And if you watch our show enough, you know what our normal community standards are for for the message we try to, perpetrate more often than not. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
But sometimes, we don't always fall off of the edge. But when we do,
He says he doesn't fall off the cliff; he drives into it. But when we do, oh brother.
oh brother, yes. All right.
And
What else you got?
yeah, I just want to say I'd like to thank everybody who participated in tonight's chat and everyone who was in chat. That includes Rav Darius, Bone Breaking Action, where raunchy talk is real. In the studio, who's been begging for a What the Dub game all night long. Go Kart Bob, who screeched in earlier today
Eddie Von Keen, the real one.
with a wrench. Bear Lamb, who also called in tonight as Lotar 900. Or Voramax, who's been having a very good conversation with me back here. Let's see here, weighing the pros and cons of legal prostitution.
My neighbor Linda, who showed up.
Yes, Linda A, who showed up, your neighbor. Very good to have her here as well. Sweet Connie Joe was here. She went to bed a long time ago. John from America. And of course, as always, Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine?
Michael Fontaine. And if I'm missing anybody, I do apologize, but that's just the very nature
I
of the
think
show.
DD74 was here as well.
Oh, DD74 and Preliminal. That's right. I forgot Preliminal stopped by. And also, we cannot forget
Rippin' Rabbit Hole was here as well.
Yes, exactly. And whoever's watching later, which I would think it would have been Nicole Ackerman, will be watching later, hopefully. And
what's up with oh, come on, help me out here, our emoji person.
what you talking about? Follow Fire?
Yeah. Haven't seen her here tonight. I hope she's doing well wherever she's at.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But you never know. Things happen, and maybe she's just taking a break. Taking a break.
Hope she's doing well wherever she is. She's super sweet.
Yeah. So, and everyone else who joined here tonight and who will watch later on. And hey, there's Keith's dad in the audience. So, yeah, we got Keith's dad. He's not dead. He has confirmed that. He's just been super busy.
Well, awesome. That another Hardy Boys mystery has been solved.
Yeah, case closed on that one. So, subscribe to the Keith's Dad channel if you haven't done that already. And we will see all you guys on Taco Tuesday, otherwise known as Name That Tune Tuesday. And until next time, remember, snakes don't always bite, but when they do bite, you better go to the hospital because, quite frankly, I can't tell a poisonous snake from a non-poisonous snake, except for, red on black, venom lac, and black on red. You're going to be dead. So there you go. Good night, everybody. What do you think of that? You got any closing thoughts?
Nope, I think we've said it all. I just want everybody to know how much we appreciate their kindness and their support. And well, I'm just glad we have the awesome chat room that we have and the listeners that we have. And I'm just thankful to be here on this platform with you. And a big shout out to Armor Up. And I feel blessed to have been here. I feeling the good feels, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Cool. Well, for Shifty Sunday, this has been Hebro77, along with Sagittariusly Speaking, saying to anyone who didn't watch the show or give a thumbs up,
Fuck them.
good night, everybody. Oh, I thought that was funny. Well, it's time to say goodbye, folks. Adios. So long. See you next time. Don't forget to watch Shifty Sunday, Taco Tuesday, and Slap Your Butt Saturday. Every week, we have a new live stream headed your way. And of course, I put videos only about every other day on the channel by the channel. So, remember, folks, snakes don't always bite, but when they do, get a .22 revolver and shoot their ass. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Do. Hey, Charlie, what are you doing over there? I'm eating a chili dog. Oh, hell. Do.